and Larry. We'll see if they show up.
I sent him to Larry and Finn, but Finn, it's kind of a crapshoot. So,
Yeah.
hello everybody. How the fuck are you? Welcome to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. No, fuck that shit. We don't act like Mr. It's more like Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. If anybody's ever seen that Eddie Murphy skit, it's more like
we're
that.
not wholesome enough for Mr. Rogers.
If you haven't, by the way, if you have not seen Eddie Murphy's Mr. Robinson's neighborhood, you need to go look that shit up because that shit is funny. That shit is hilariously funny. It's awesome. It will make you fucking roll. Like he's teaching kids how to say bitch. It's great.
Oh,
so
good.
anyways,
that.
Yeah, not really kids, but it's on SNL. It's at 11 o'clock at night, right? So anyways, so Ox and Rachel and the best Kyle, and I should say the Ox because he's the only Ox. HS and Mage, thanks for coming by, guys.
Ollie,
I was actually
Ollie in the chat.
Oh, did I miss? Oh, Ollie, I looked right over top of you, dude. I'm not even as high as you are yet, and I missed it. So Ben, while my coffee pot finishes, why don't you tell us how you're doing now today on this new rotation thing? What's going on?
I'm just tired. I put in a lot of work, and I did a lot of schoolwork over the weekend too because I had a presentation due this morning that I'm giving the presentation on Wednesday. So, yeah, I mean it's busy. It's a good busy, but I'm once again very low energy, not because I'm angry or anything, but just because I'm investing a lot of my energy into what I'm doing at the clinic, and I really love what I'm doing at the clinic, but I get home and I crash. So you all are getting the crash, and I apologize because this is the crash. No, Jupit, not Jeffrey Dahmer. No, I'm not road raging, Jupit. You okay? You okay, back?
We went from talking about the clinic to Jeffrey Dahmer. How did we get there, Jupit? Really?
Also, bruh, coming out of this. Coming out with this, bruh.
Like, that's hilarious. I don't even know how you got all the way from you being tired and, to Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, that's a pretty big leap.
That's really a very big leap.
Someone said Dahmer. I never said Dahmer. Because the boss, well, my girlfriend said, what we should do? We should take February 14th off. And Michelle turned around. This was like 2 months ago. Michelle turned around and said, because it's Valentine's Day? And she said, no, because it's Super Bowl Monday. And we need to take the day off so we can all get drunk. And we were like, bet. And we went in and blocked off for the day for everybody to put everybody off. And she said, it's a holiday. I'm going to pay you guys for it. And we're like, okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
9 hours of free pay, 8 hours of free pay.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wish I had like 9 hours of free pay, but I went.
That's what I did today. Like, you know what I did?
You probably had more fun than me.
I was ordering. Oh, I had a good day actually.
I did it. I did not.
After the blow up last night, my girlfriend got like sloshed ass wine drunk, and remember what I was telling you guys 2 weeks ago that happened? She finally let it all out and told me how she felt and how I scared her, and she didn't know what to do, and she wanted to run away from me, but she was afraid that I was going to leave because I've been through so many jobs and I've hopped around the country so much, and it totally freaked her out, and she felt like our relationship was about to crumble. And so the good news is now that we've been through that,
the good news is you talked about it.
If we can get through this and get through all the shit that's going on at work with the business, we'll be great. Like, we're just going to knock the hard shit out of the way at the beginning of the relationship in the first year. And then the rest of it's going to be just like a nice 7-degree downhill glide, So,
yeah, as long as you're able to talk about things and you're able to be honest with each other and to be able to, work through things instead of bottling it in and blowing up later. Like if you can develop that communication now, then that's great.
Yeah. No, and that's the good thing about both of us is we're both in general like kind, caring, attentive people. So it's good when you have both people giving 110%. And even 50-50 is great, but usually it's more like 70-30 or, 30.
Well, and
95.
and you're both old enough where you know how to be adults, and you know how to interact with people that you have conflict with in an adult manner, and that's really helpful.
You know what the biggest thing is, and I'm just going to brag on myself because this is something I've been like this since I was, how old was I? I was like 37, and I had the big, oh my God, I just figured out who I am, blah, blah, blah. Now I love myself thing. At that point, I decided I was going to take total ownership for everything I do. Good or bad, ugly, horrible, doesn't matter. I take ownership. If I hit an animal on the road, I go to work and I tell everybody, I just hit this animal. I feel fucking horrible right now. I just hit a raccoon. I feel fucking horrible. I hit a little bunny. I feel fucking terrible. Accountability is really important, and ownership is really fucking important in any relationship and in life in general. And as soon as it got done happening, at the first blow up, and then like the second blow up the next day, and then Friday, I went to everybody. I said, look, this is my PTSD. I can only do so much to control it. I need everybody to help me by taking a deep breath, nobody yelling, everybody needs to be calm. We all need to be civil and just, let's just all just chill out and just have a good day at work. And if we do that, I'm not going to be reactionary to your aggressiveness towards me, because that's what's going to keep happening. And we're just going to go in a little circle. And I said, I apologize that this is how it is. And I apologize for what it's doing to your daily work right now. But if you just be patient with me, I will get through this. And then it won't happen for another year, or maybe at least 8 or 9 months. My average right now is between 6 and 10 months. So, yeah, so that's what I told them. And they were like, okay. And I said, and I appreciate you guys, helping me with it. And they said, sure, we got you. And, I still had a couple more shitty days, but, what I started doing is I started smoking sativa while I was at work.
There you go.
Because Adderall was not doing it by itself. I was still like this with fucking 10 milligrams of Adderall in me, and I usually only take 5. So, yeah, so I smoked some fucking pot, and I said to Heather, I think I'm going to go outside and go hit my vape. And she goes, do it. She's like, because I smoke all day long normally, and no one can tell I'm high because I'm not high. I'm just leveling myself out all day. When I sit with you guys at night, I get high. That's different. I don't do that during the day. I just randomly hit my pipe throughout the day, and then my vape, and I stay level all day. It really helps my, when I'm in a bad place like this. Yes, B, is everything okay? Yes, Ox, everything is okay now. We, went to bed last night after lots of tears, and she had me crying for an hour, like a baby on testosterone. That's how much I love that woman. And we went to bed, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock last night. She was pretty fucking drunk. I was high as fuck. We went to bed and woke up early in the morning and made love and went back to sleep, and got up in the morning, and I made her. Oh, I had to go down to work because I was like, I gotta tell you, I ordered Botox for today by accident instead of tomorrow.
Oh no!
For people who don't know, when Botox comes in, it comes in frozen. It has to stay below a certain temperature, and from the time it gets shipped out to you receiving it, it has to be within 36 hours. Has to be within 36 hours, or the ice packs they put in there, and the dry ice it's done. So, yeah, so I had to go to work this morning at 8 a.m. and wait for the UPS guy to come. Luckily, he came at 9:40 instead of 11 or 12 like he normally does. I was like, cha-ching, put the Botox away, got the fuck out of there. So, yeah, we went to work this morning. She went in her office, and I was doing paperwork, and went home and made us both a brunch, and just like a scramble in the frying pan. Made her food. She usually never lets me cook for her. So we ate that, and then we went and laid down and took a nap. And then I said, okay, you want some time tonight? I said, I'll go home or I'll stay. It's up to you. And she goes, I think I want some headspace. And I said, okay, cool. So yeah, she said goodbye to me, and I came home, and we talked for a few minutes before the stream. Everything's good. It's great.
That's
I
awesome.
have found the most amazing woman in the world who truly loves me, and I am not letting her. She's like, I was afraid you're going to leave. I said, what do you think I am, stupid? Nobody's going to love me the way you do. Nobody's going to look at me the way you do. We are made for each other. I'm not fucking going anywhere. I would have to be an absolute complete fucking idiot. I said, the only reason I thought about walking away was because I was afraid I was going to hurt you more in the future because of my PTSD than it would hurt you now to walk away from you. And I said, that was the only thing. And she said, no, I don't care. I don't want you to go anywhere. We'll have to figure out how to work through these. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, no, we're great. Yeah, no, everything's great. We're fucking insanely crazy about each other. But like I said, if we get all this out of the way in the first year, the rest of our lives are going to be just smooth fucking sailing, man. Like we're just fucking up everything at once. Everything's coming out of the woodwork all in the same month. Oh, your business is about to fall apart. Oh, the doctor's trying to fuck you over. Oh, the doctor's trying to sell her half of the business for 25 grand to the new provider when she only spent 12,500 on it, or 13 grand, one of the two. We're not positive. We're going to find out. And it says in the contract that the max she can sell her part of the business for is what she paid for it. Oh, by the way, Ben, she rewrote the entire fucking operating agreement and contract and gave it to Heather 3 days before she left and said, sign that real quick for me.
And
then
no.
And Heather didn't even get the email, and she was like, what? And Deb goes, I'm not working anymore. I'm not coming back after March 1st. I'm done working. You just need to get Shannon in place. I'm done. So she said it in person, and she said it on the phone in front of me. We need it in writing, because we get it in writing, then she abandoned the business, and then she has no rights to anything. We cut off all of her fucking credit cards, both credit cards, her debit card, take away access to everything. She no longer owns that practice. All we have to do is get her to abandon it, which is what she's doing by I'm never coming back or working again. But she only said it. She never wrote it. So Heather's going to write her an email tonight, making it sound like, you know what? I'm going to make sure all this is in place for us and everything's good. And I'm going to get Shannon on the ball. And are you coming back? Because if you're not, I'm going to tell her she needs to be ready now, not in March, now. I said, make it sound like you're her. And you are just kiss her ass and pat her on the butt a little bit and make it about her and how you're helping her and the business. And she will fucking fall for it, because she's already said it twice. She said it in person to Heather and then on the phone while I was sitting there. I fucking heard her say it. But if it's not in writing, it's not legal. So she has to get her to send an email saying blah, 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 and sign her name on it, which she will. Once she does that. All right,
so we should talk about trans guy stuff.
You know, I was, though. It's hard when you're fucking dealing with transitioning and you're going through PTSD and you have stress and all this shit. It all affects
you. But then we got on the track of the entire business drama.
Yeah,
I don't
think
the chat cares about that.
I just have a lot to say. I know the chat doesn't give a fuck. Anyway, so no, it's mental health matters, guys.
It does.
For everybody.
It does.
I mean, it's not like I haven't tried before, but I'll try time number 4 or 5 or whatever it is now. So it's the way it is. So is there anything lately that's been kind of itching at you, or something you want to discuss, or something that's been bugging you, Ben?
I had a topic. I don't remember what it was. But I did want to say one thing. I'll probably think of it at some point. But my resident today was saying that he needs to get his wife something for Valentine's Day, because we're like, do not show up empty-handed. Like, bring something to your wife. And I was like, big plate of tacos. Like, go with food.
Go with food.
Yeah.
Because, like, of course,
put a guacamole flour on the top. Done.
Yeah, because women, I mean, sure, like they want, at least for the most part, they want to know that you're putting in some kind of effort. So even if they don't like flowers, and not many actually enjoy flowers, but they like the fact that you thought of them and got them something, even if they don't really appreciate the actual flowers themselves. Right. But if you just take out the flowers and replace it with something that's actually good, like food, then they'll be very happy.
You know what? Speaking of that, Ben, I heard on the radio the other day this guy say, guys pick flowers because it's easy and women love them. And then women get the flowers and they just appreciate anything and they love them. I'm like, you're fucking a dude talking about women. What the fuck you're talking about? No, you can't just, I'm going to bring you one single rose every single Valentine's Day. Like, first of all, Valentine's Day really shouldn't matter at the end of the goddamn day in a good relationship. You know what Heather and I did at 6:30? We wished each other a happy Valentine's Day, like right before we started, because we realized we missed the whole entire, we didn't even think about it all day.
It's stupid, and you'll never convince me that Valentine's Day is a good holiday. It's literally just monetization.
Stupid.
It's monetization of love. Like, why? The only good thing I like about it is the discount candy on the 15th.
That's what I was going to say. The real holiday is tomorrow when the candy goes on sale. Because why am I going to spend $7 on chocolate
I'd rather
when I can spend $3
I'd rather just, like, 5-finger discount a bag of Kit Kats than pay the full price on the Valentine's Day. But on the 15th, it's like 75% off because nobody wants it anymore.
That's right. You know what I like about Valentine's Day? Those little fucking hot cinnamon heart candies, the little red ones that are heart-shaped. Oh,
because they taste like Fireball.
Oh yeah, chewy fireballs. That's exactly what it is. I fucking love Fireball.
I like that big
no,
cinnamon.
But fireballs, not Fireball, but from back in the candy day.
No,
you know?
I found Kit Kats that were raspberry flavored, and I gotta find them again.
What up, SR?
They have all kinds of different flavored Kit Kats.
I know, but I don't feel like importing from Japan.
They there was what was that one kind? It was
Do you know what?
Oh, like the orange cream. Yeah. Anybody have the Kit Kat orange creams? Those are fucking good.
True. Oh, those I just really like Kit Kat.
And then they were gone.
Yeah. I went from a Three Musketeer person to Kit Kats, and I've never looked back.
Well, I knew I was going to be missing my girlfriend tonight, so I got my own.
Ew, I'm allergic. I can't eat
that. Okay, Bolt made me crave like refried beans yesterday because fucking Bolt comes on his stream and he's like talking about making bean dip. I was like, whoa.
That was like 2 days ago.
No, that was yesterday. We're talking about bean dip.
I don't remember.
See, I would have Fireball, but I have this. I still have the rum that I despise.
No,
anyway,
I'm not drinking.
I do have I can't either. It's Monday, but I do have a topic for us that we can talk about.
Oh, go! You thought of it. Good.
All right, so
I'm gonna get.
We can talk about because this was inspired by somebody in Pasta Mike's Facebook. I think it's probably Pasta Mike himself who brought this up about purity culture and the experience of going through puberty culture, but thinking about it like as a trans guy being raised to be a good Christian girl and having that side of purity culture, and then now growing up to be a man who went through all of that, fitting in with a bunch of men who went through the opposite side of purity culture, and just kind of how that messed with us. Because I mean, we all know that purity culture messes with your brain, but I think it impacts us in a very interesting way. We can't hear you, bruh. I can't hear.
I forgot I mean, I said, what do you mean? I'm fine. I'm not messed up at all.
You're not cracked out of your mind at all. I'm not cracked out of your mind. They're not vibrating out of your seat.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not messed up. I'm not messed up because someone told me to shut up, and then I realized that, oh my God, I do have a voice. I mean, hell, I was raised back when children were seen and not heard. Literally, when I was really little, when my dad was still in the picture before my mom kicked him out of the door, if the adults were talking, I don't care if you were going to piss your pants, shit them, puke, I don't care. You stood there dead ass silent and you waited for one of them to recognize you, as in speak to you. Then they would, yes. Mom, may I please go to the bathroom because I'm going to shit my pants and I can't get in up there. You know, I'm 2. I can't do it. Whatever. But that's what we would have to do. And so I remember that shit. And I remember, but it was, it was for all kids. But when boys got over 12, then people started listening to them. When girls got over 12, they better go wash the fucking dishes. So that was the difference there.
Ew, I have a callus on my hand.
Except my mother was not partial. Everybody washed dishes in our house.
Yeah, it's just so funny with chores. It's like I know cis guys who are in marriages and like they don't do jack shit around the house and they just expect their wives to do all of it. It's like, bro, do you not know how to use a laundry machine?
Do you not know how to do anything other than sit your fat ass on the couch?
Yeah, like, do you know how to wash dishes? Like, it's not hard. Even if you don't have a dishwasher, like, you literally take the sponge and, like, you wash the dish.
You
and
take
then,
the
like,
sponge
you
in
dry
a circular motion, and then you take a rag in a same circular motion to dry it the fuck off.
Like, is it really that hard? Like, do you really need to rely on somebody else to do it? And coming from these cishet guys who love to tell women and trans guys and everyone that's not them that they know how to do everything better than everybody else, yet can't do the most simple things like wash a fucking dish and like put laundry in a washing machine.
It blows my mind when guys are like, I need a woman to take care of me. I've never done any of it. I don't know how to load a dishwasher. Well, you put dishes in it, and then you put soap in it, and then you close it and you hit go. That's all that really fucking matters. That's all you have to do. You don't know how to use a dishwasher? You know how to use a rag and some fucking soap? No. Have you ever washed your car? Yes. You know how to wash dishes. Be gentle. Go. Like, fuck that shit. It's just a bunch of fucking excuses.
Yeah, like you're gonna mansplain. You're gonna mansplain to me about all the biochemistry you think you know about what dishes. Diet I should be doing, and then you're gonna also tell me in the same breath that you've never washed a dish. Yeah, okay. How about you learn how to wash a dish before you try to claim that you know biochemistry? Okay.
You gotta worry about the basics before you worry about the other shit.
You gotta crawl before you can walk, and then you gotta walk before you can run. Like, I expect you to be able to wash a dish first.
You shouldn't be wearing the same pair of underwear 2 days in a row flipped. Don't you start there, and then we'll talk about big shit. We'll talk about big boy stuff, big adulting stuff.
Oh, and I don't even okay. And also like these guys that think that they can cook steak and shit. Like, I don't even want to know what you're doing to your cast iron pan if you can't wash that bowl.
Don't wash the cast iron pan.
Like, I don't want to know what you're doing.
Don't you abuse that, and you better season it right. God damn it! You're not cooking right in a cast iron. Today I used Heather's cast iron pan, and I made her lunch, brunch, and I got done, and I cleaned everything up, and then I took the pan and I just ran some hot water in it, and I kind of scrubbed it out a little bit, and I said, "Do you use soap in this or not? Some people do, some don't." And she goes, "No," and I said, "Good, I didn't either." And she said, no, I just put it on the stove and I get it real hot, let it dry. And she said, I'll throw some oil in it once it dries and let it sit for a while. She kind of reseasons it every time with all her pans is what she does, like every 2 or 3 times. She just throws some extra in, and after it dries and lets it sit there and cook some more oil to it and take care of it. You get that hot enough, it doesn't matter what food's left. You get the big bits off, the rest of that shit's not gonna matter. You haven't cooked it. It's not gonna hurt you.
Now I just want a cast iron. Fuck.
I can wash dishes. I just find it's just my time is more valuable than wasted doing dishes. I wash all things that don't go in the DW. That's funny. That's the doctor's name I was talking about. I'll put something in the DW, the dishwasher. Yeah, that is mom porn. Absolutely. And what makes you think they want you shirtless? They don't give a fuck that you're shirtless, Dave. Most of you, they don't want to see you shirtless. They want to see you do the goddamn work. It doesn't matter what you're wearing.
And they also want you to do the work without having to ask every single time. Like, so don't get mad at your partner if they don't tell you a laundry list of what you need to do. You should be a responsible adult and you should see what needs to be done and you should just do it. Like, you don't need your wife to be your mom.
Yeah,
your wife is your wife.
You didn't marry
like
your
you
mother,
can do the dishes
you married
yourself.
your wife.
But that's the problem right there, Jupit. These guys literally go. I'm telling you, if you look at people that are in like bad relationships and they're not happy and they end up getting divorces, either side of the coin. He just went and tried to marry mom, and she just tried to marry dad, and it's fucked up because their parents are usually fucked up. And then when they come out the other side and they start growing up, they're like, oh, I don't want to be with you. You're like my mother. I don't want to have sex with you. You're like my father. Yeah, no shit. This is why I tell people don't get married when you're fucking 20. Wait till you're 27, 28. Get your shit together. Date around. Go have fun. Fuck everybody you possibly can. Get it out of your system. Unless you're asexual and you really aren't
just
into
be
that.
safe. Just be safe about it.
Just be safe, but go have fun. And then when you're ready, when you're done with that, everybody, my mom used to say that everybody needs that. Don't get married right away. Go have fun. Go spread your wings. Go whatever. Because then later on, once you say I do, you're done. There's no more of that. So do it now. Get it out of your system. Get to be in your late 20s, maybe 30-ish, and get your shit together, and then worry about. And if you're in a better place, love yourself better, have a better job / career, got all the kids shit out of your system, and you're ready to fucking really adult. That's the best time to get in a relationship. You done figured your shit out. Shouldn't start it, but when you can still get your fucking head up your ass and your hand in your pants. That's it. All right. That's all I had to say. Yes, use protection, please. Thank you, Chupit.
Yes.
That was a round of applause, by the way.
So kind of, I mean, we covered a whole lot of fun stuff there. So going back a little bit to the purity culture thing.
Yes.
So I was talking with Bolt and Catnip about this, just about the fact that, like, I don't know if you guys were in those like sex talks from your church where they told you basically that if you were to be in a relationship and have sex before marriage, that you were a used piece of gum. Like I heard that exact analogy of being called a used piece of gum. Yeah. So like your body is something that you offer to somebody else. It is a gift. Your virgin body is a gift to a man. Okay. And if you are to defile that with premarital sex, then you are a used piece of gum and no one's going to want you because you've already been used by somebody else. Wow. I was told that.
Wow. Yeah. They literally said that.
Yep.
Jesus. I'm so glad I grew up Catholic light in a little country church. I'm so glad, man.
Yeah,
like,
or this.
Like when we went into town to church, I felt like, the fuck am I doing here? I already felt that way with our little church, which was pretty laid back. And we had people like, it was kind of like Baptist mixed with Catholic light, because like we had people come in and play, instruments in front of like people that were in the congregation would say, hey, there's 4 of us got together and perfected these 5 songs and we want to play it some Sunday. And the priest would go, sure. So it was kind of strange. Like you usually don't see that at Catholic church. People don't just, set up their shit and play a song in between every little fucking thing. We do that like a couple times a year at the most. But so, the more I hear, the more I'm glad I grew up Catholic light.
Yeah, it's horrible. And because they would always separate like the boys from the girls, which is funny because I infiltrated apparently. But it was just like, I mean, I've heard of the guys having like these like manhood conversations of like, you're going to be the leader of your household and you're going to be like all this toxic masculine crap of like, you're going to lead your wife and all this shit. And then the girls are taught that their bodies are dirty and that they need to save themselves for their future husband. And that's all they should care about. I've also had actual like I went to a conference, like a Christian like youth group conference, and literally they had an entire like workshop about like what it means to be a godly woman. And it literally was just about how inferior you are to men. And it was taught by a woman.
See how fucking like so, they wanted to pick on like Marines for being brainwashed. That's brainwashed.
Yeah.
That's brainwashed. I've watched some of that shit, like what Godless Granny talks about, and she'll show those priests, and that one I did a reaction video with her. oh my God. And there's women going, heck yeah. And I'm like, he just said you're worth nothing unless you're in a dress and pregnant. And you should have no self-identity. And they're like, yeah. Wow. I mean, that's the epitome of brainwashing.
And it's funny because these people ignore like parts of the actual Bible. Like, because of course they take the very selective New Testament verses about how women need to be subservient and all this stuff, and they forget the fact that they had a female judge of Israel. They had, like, in the Old Testament, they had female leaders. Anytime I would bring something up like that, like, hey, but what about this example? People are like, oh, well, that's an exception. That was like a one-off thing. Or like, no.
There have been women rulers throughout history all over the fucking world, man.
Even the Bible had female rulers, females leading men. That was a thing. And they just want to say that was an exception. That's not normal. And she didn't even do that good of a job. Like, what the fuck, dudes?
Guy, I want to comment on this because I say this all the time. This is why these religious people, they wait, they get married, they have sex, and in a year or two, he's cheating on her. This is what's going on. This is why this happens. And she sits there miserable because she's fucking brainwashed. And Guy said, I was told premarital sex lead to ruined marriages. In reality, it's the opposite. How can you know if you're sexually compatible if you don't try it before you buy? It's true. I mean, no, sex is not the most important thing in a relationship, but it is a facet of the relationship. Intimacy is a facet. If you are not compatible, some people want to lay there and cuddle and never have sex. What if you end up with some horny ass dude who wants to fuck you all the time, and you're some woman who's asexual and you just don't want to have sex? Now you're stuck with that. Now you got to let him fuck you. How horrible is that for her? So find out about yourself. Fucking learn about yourself. Have sex with the person. God damn, who fucking cares? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh my God. My last partner was part of me learning that I was trans, and part of that was ironing out for myself if my sexual hangups were from my religion, like my religious baggage, or if it, like, I learned it was dysphoria. But I was in this relationship with a girl, and I was starting to warm up more to the idea of sexual activity and like things that I wanted to try and things that I thought I'd wanted to try. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a little hesitant on things because I have this baggage from purity culture. Like, I was taught all of these things about sex that are not true, and I'm carrying that with me into the. So I thought that that's what my hangups were. And the more that I investigated that, and this really came to like a breaking point when we went to an adult store, and we're like, okay, we can just like see if there's anything that like I could ease into that I'd feel comfortable with. Yeah. And it was the first time I really was able to put a name to the dysphoria that I was experiencing, because
really
I realized it wasn't the fact that it was sexual. It was the fact that my body did not match with the sexual role that I wanted to have. Like, right. I wanted the things I wanted my body to do, my body could not do. Right. And the things that are marketed for the body I have are not the things that are going to work well with how I want to be intimately. And so that's really when I started putting the pieces together that this is dysphoria. And I broke. Like, I just like, I could not handle any of that environment just because like I felt like it was being put more into a box that I didn't fit in. But at least that let me kind of learn. And now, since that point of coming out to myself, I've been able to actually think about what I do like and what I do want to do and what kind of partner I would want to have.
Right.
And like, I thought I was asexual for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with being asexual, but like, I'm not. But I thought I was because I was, number one, raised in purity culture and didn't know how to deal with it. And two, was trying to work with a body that I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I think now I'm in a much healthier spot to embrace my sexuality than I ever have been. So, I mean, that's super vulnerable. I mean, it's Valentine's Day. I think it's appropriate to talk
Yeah.
about that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, that's the thing, SR. If you guys have sex before you get married, she's going to know it and she's going to go find some guy that's going to fucking care. And that's okay. That's okay. Some women are into that thing where guys just get off and fucking throw them aside. That's fine for them. Yeah. Secular Rarity said, I fucking love you, Ben. I'm sorry you went through that, but I'm so happy you are where you are now. And I as well can agree with that.
Oh, Heather's in the chat. Hi, Heather.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
That's my beautiful girl. Yep. He is a brave motherfucker. I fucking love you too, SR. He said, oh, and I fucking love you too.
Rarity.
Sexual rarity. You should totally change it to that for tonight, SR.
Oh, we call him that all the time.
Not that we're saying your sex is rare. I mean,
no, we call him sexual rarity all the time.
I know. Oh, anyways. Yeah, no, it's and that's what they do to these kids. They shelter them so much they have no fucking clue. And then when they go out into the real world, they're like, this is nothing like what you taught me. And they're fucking lost and they're clueless and they're naive and they get used and abused and raped and killed and all this shit happens. They're literally doing it to their own children by sheltering them this much. Literally. And it's horrible. Horrible.
How you doing, Jupit?
Yeah.
It's going.
Yes, Dave, that is the Heather.
The one and only.
Yeah.
The one and only. Hell yeah. Only Heather I need. And her first two initials are Ha, which is good. She makes me laugh a lot. Anyways, and I told her, I said, I don't know if you want to take my last name. She's like, why? And I'm like, your initials be Ham. I don't know if that's going to work or not. She still has the ex's name because there's so much paperwork when you're a provider to change. Could you imagine, Ben, like being like in with all the insurance companies, blah, 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 state, blah, blah. You have all that shit in, and then you go to change your name and you got to go back and I'm about to find out half of that. But anyways, still waiting to hear back about that, by the way. Still waiting for the judge to sign the paperwork so I can get it going.
So I've got some memes about trans guys.
Yes, send me the memes.
Oh, I'm gonna share them right now, right now.
Just DM them to me afterwards.
I can, yes, but this one made me laugh because this is my experience right now.
Oh God. Oh, I was like, what the fuck's sitting next to you, bro?
I have so much fucking fat right now. Every time that needle goes in there, the fat just seems to get more and more. Like my lovely keg.
Look, my brother told me this, and I thought he was full of shit, but he's right. I thought I was like losing some weight because my love handles were getting smaller. It's just going to the front. Now I have this dad bod belly. I totally do. It's going to be like a big dad bod belly. It's already like halfway there. Like my love handles used to be like a handful. They are a third of that size. And my belly sticks out like crazy. It's just all going to the front, which is fine. You need to have a shed for your package. But the point is, for your tools. The point is... Yeah, no, it makes you like you look down, you're like, holy shit, it's not distributed all the way around anymore. Testosterone, butt hair, facial hair. Right, yes. Plenty of butt hair. Hey, my shit's coming back in though.
Oh yeah.
It's coming in down here darker like I hoped. It's not doing it on my mustache though. I guess I'm just gonna have a multicolored fucking goatee thing going on. But
so something else that I've noticed. So, I mean, the stash hair starting to come in a bit more. But one other thing besides the butt hair that is growing way faster than everything else is my nose hair. Like, could my face just,
Dude, I know.
prioritize and like put the mustache hair should come before the nose hair, please.
I breathe in and out. I can feel it wiggling now. I know it's getting longer. And luckily, when I bought my trimmer set for my hair and facial hair, I bought the one that had the nose and ear hair thing. I think I'm gonna have to start using it soon because that shit's starting to come out the end of my nose.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, why can't I can you take the follicles from my ass and just put them on my face? Will they be straight? I don't care as long as it's not curly pube hair.
Curly pube
Like,
hair.
fuck,
Oh
man.
god.
But Ben's right. That shit grows like crazy. Like it's yeah.
Mm.
And I'm a shaver, so I know how fast it grows. Like I go swipe. Damn, I just shaved that 2 days ago. Yeah, it's crazy. Can't get it on my damn chin though, and my mustache, my flip. Butt hair is a problem. Just shave that shit, man. That's what I do. I've always hated butt hair.
Here, I got one.
The nose on my face, chin. Asphalt.
No, not ass follicles.
No bueno.
Nose, no.
Not in my nose, no.
Here you go.
Trans men, when they finally start getting that's
This is
me. I
us
touch it all the time. I'm like, oh, and then I go over and I go, baby, look, feel. And she's like, oh yeah, it's coming in. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm kind of like your 16-year-old son right now, huh? And she goes, yeah, except he did that like a year and a half ago.
I know, right? Sadness.
I'm like behind her son on this shit.
Oh, I almost keep like accidentally outing myself at the clinic. So I'm not out with any of the residents or attendings at this clinic because I don't need to be. Like, I have not been misgendered once. So I'm like, if I don't need to say anything, I'm not gonna say anything.
Right.
But we had somebody, this is actually on Friday. We had somebody who didn't show up to her appointment, but we were waiting to see if she wasn't going to show up. And my resident looks at me and she's like, oh yeah, well, she's scheduled for a PAP today. I doubt she's going to show up. She'd be like, nope, not going in for that. And I totally like almost was like gonna agree or say something about
like,
knowing what that's like.
God, yeah, PAPs suck, don't they? Oop.
It was like, oh, I didn't say that. But like, I was like accidentally out myself. It's like, yeah, no, I've had those before. They're awful. I probably would also not show up for the PAP, like for real. But yeah, no, that would have outed me for sure.
Over the button, down the wedge. Really, Dave? An epilator? That can't feel good, man.
Epilator.
I mean, your ass is a sensitive area. I'm not digging that. That sounds horrible. Just ripping it out. You might as well just go get it waxed. Make sure they get it all at once, and then you only have to go every few months.
Just wax it.
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'll just
nair. Just nair it.
I just shave it.
Well, that works.
It's not hard. Once you do it like 3 or 4 times, it's easy. You gotta have
like
you gotta get the conditioning right. You gotta.
Yeah, but if you nair it, you just like it one and done for like a week or that.
Do they make it now that it's sensitive, like that it's gentle enough? Because man, that shit used to burn my legs when I was fucking in my 20s and I tried that.
Yeah, no, it's
on my asshole.
It still smells. It still smells bad too.
Oh well, yeah, okay, I expect that.
It smells like cat puke and bleach.
See, that's what I'm saying, Dave. So fuck off with your epilator. Because he told me this chick he was seeing wanted to do that, and he was like, I'll do it for you, because he knew he was going to fucking hurt her. Yeah, I know about your epilator episodes. The epilodes.
The episodes.
The epilodes.
The epilodes. Epilodian.
Do ours men still have to do the PAP thing if they haven't had surgery? Honestly, if there is nothing going on in that area sexually,
no, you still need it. Yeah, you still need it.
Yeah, but
no, you still
here's my thing. If I'm getting rid of it soon, I don't fucking care. I'm not getting that shit done. And the fact that I felt forced into it by the DW, the dishwasher.
No, you should not feel forced into it. But before Beck says that according to guidelines, you still need to.
Yes.
And being in my position, I cannot professionally endorse people saying that they don't need to get it.
There you go, get my girlfriend to agree with you again. Fuck you, Ben. No,
because it's true.
No,
it's
I'm
true.
just saying.
Cancer's
no,
real.
I'm talking about from a trans guy point of view. My point of view is this, okay? If I'm getting rid of it soon, I'm not fucking giving myself more dysphoria having it done. I just no. It's gonna get taken out anyways.
Right, and that's an individual choice, but that shouldn't be perpetuated as
medically.
Everyone should make that
medically,
choice.
Of course, you need it medically. I'm just saying, I don't see the sense in doing it if within a few months or so. Like, okay, if I'm 3 years from having the surgery and I'm comfortable doing that and ready to do that, then that's fine.
But consent is part of it. But
I did feel pressured into it, like I just had to, and I didn't know how to tell my boss, who is my doctor, no, I don't want to do that right now, and try to explain it to her. It was a whole.
No, I agree.
I
totally agree.
That
no, you need to get consent for it, but at the same time, like it needs to be informed, because if you are declining a procedure, you need to understand the risks of declining the procedure. So, like, it sucks. I hate getting them done. But like there is a risk if you don't do them on schedule. Yeah. So that's just as long as if you are okay taking that risk, that's up to you. That is your individual decision.
See, but here's the thing. That's the other thing too that I was thinking of. It had only been 3.5 years for me since my last normal one was done.
Oh, no, that's why I said like according to schedule. I'm saying according to the guidelines. Yeah. You should stick to the recommendation, but
right. I'll make t-shirts. I fucking love you. Oh, no cervix, no pap. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so also fun facts for people here. You can get
born
paps.
Female doesn't mean I have a cervix anymore.
No, yes, but you can still get paps on your butthole. Because you can get anal HPV, and it can still be high risk. So, like, it's not only for people who have a cervix. You can get it if you're having anal intercourse as well.
That's a good question, Heather and Ben. While the pot is stirred, do trans women have to do it after they have had surgery? I'm assuming once they have full surgery and they are fully female.
They don't have a cervix. They don't have a cervix.
Right.
So it would be not helpful. But they can do it off their buttholes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's there's a big difference between a cervix and skin. And regular skin. So. Huh.
It's not common. They don't commonly do anal paps, but you can.
I mean,
if you think someone is high risk, then you can do it.
Yeah, and if you're having anal sex with anybody, even if you're a guy that's letting your wife peg you, you might want to get that done just in case. Buccal swabs, don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's the asshole version of a pap swab. No?
Well, buccal's like your mouth.
Oh, oral cultures. Thank you, Heather. Teach me, baby. Teach me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So SR said, this is new to me. Anyone can get PAPs. Yeah, I guess so. I never thought about doing a PAP on it, although I knew that it could pick up.
You can get breast cancer if you're male or female. It doesn't matter.
We're talking about cervical cancer.
Oh, you could tell I'm paying fuck attention. I heard PAP and I was like,
and anal cancer.
Yeah, I was like, I heard PAP and I was like, booby cancer.
Oh, we can talk about. There's a clip that maybe I should share.
Yes. Yes. I can't believe your truck wasn't pink still.
Hey, Dave, maybe what was really going on is Bigfoot is actually just a large F to M. It was a large female who just went too crazy on testosterone. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my asshole's as hairy as my ass cracks as hairy as Bigfoot.
I'm gonna find this
Yes,
clip 'cause
Ox, and that is absolutely fine. We know you're not trying to cause trouble, honey. We know you're an advocate. So, and just so you guys know, I am working on an intro video. I was trying to have it done for tonight, but I did not complete it. So it'll be ready for next week.
Imagine having an intro video. Look at you being professional.
Actually, I have intro videos for everything else. I just don't use them. I haven't done interviews in a while, and I haven't done my open mic in a while. I forget that I have them.
No, why?
Would you like me to run one for you and you guys can check it out? No, let's not do that right now. We'll do it at the end of the show.
Okay, so I have to share this clip because it was really funny. And Catnip has said this needs to go everywhere.
Oh, Ox, really, dude? Fuck. Yes, men can get breast cancer.
Yeah.
Hi, Marie. SR said asking for a friend. Let's say there's no medical need for an anal pap. Can I get one just for one? Just can they get one for fun?
I mean,
what the fuck?
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could convince somebody to do that for you.
Just go to the right doctor and say, I think I need an anal pap.
Well, all you need to do is go to your doctor.
And we'll do it.
Yeah, go to your doctor and say you've had unprotected anal sex, and then there you go.
They'll stick that swab right in your ass. But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be short and sweet.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna. Yeah.
What I meant was, it won't take very long. It's not gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, so we have to watch this. This is a thing.
Oh, it's more like listening to.
It's really short. It's just audio, so you gotta listen. It's my volume's all the way up. Okay.
I'm gonna go look at them boobies.
That's the clip. There's context. It was me.
Oh, was that you? That sounds so weird. It didn't even sound like you. I mean, kind of in the vocal range, but not really.
I was making a weird voice because what had happened was we were playing trucks, and I was hanging out in Bolt's Discord, and I went to breast with my long shiny throbber, as Stool likes to say. I took my long shiny throbber to breast, and there's a viewpoint in breast. And so I was like, I have to go to the viewpoint. And Catnip's like, what are you looking at? Boobies? And I was like, I'm gonna go look at them boobies.
What are you looking at? Boobies? Yeah. You know, I see usually just guys on that game, though. I don't see you don't see women. There's just a bunch of dudes in that game. It's like a sausage fest.
It is.
You know, you pull up to the industrial buildings, it's a bunch of guys standing around. Construction areas, bunch of guys standing around. Lumberyard, bunch of guys. Where are all the women in ATS? I'm sending them a message. That's some bullshit. I need some 5'1", dark-haired, pretty brown-eyed. Okay, I want a bunch of Heathers wandering around, but that's not the point. The point is, it's a sausage fest in that game.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh no. We did have a conversation too yesterday about someone putting Furbies in their butt.
Oh my god!
Long Furbies!
Guys in the Furbies and the long Furbies.
Long Furbies. Oh god! I think it was Kat that posted that long Furby.
She did. She started the whole thing.
Well, Furby's telling you to do your Kegels because there's that thing too.
It's a plate.
It's a plate with a Furby.
On wall with a Furby face, missing eyelashes. It's like an old Furby. They took a picture of it and put Furby's trying to remind you to do your Kegels. Like, what the fuck is that?
Hey, a reminder.
Nice reminder.
Oh, how appropriate. We're talking about anal swabs for STDs and HPV.
Hey, everyone. It's Titan Uranus.
Titan Uranus.
Bullhole has been tightened.
I try to say it different every time. Like, you know, sometimes I do that. Titan Uranus. And then sometimes I go, Titan Uranus. That way he can get any clips he wants off of it. Try to
That's my
switch it up
favorite.
for him.
Butthole has been tightened is funnier.
Someone will need. What the
Apparently,
fuck does
SR
that
is not
mean?
okay right now.
Goatsy! No, we're not talking about Goatsy.
Oh
not-
no, we are not. No.
No.
I
He
don't
looks-
even know. I don't want to know.
No, you don't.
Probably like
we don't.
two girls in a cup. I don't want to know. Don't show it to me by accident. I don't. Don't
well,
say you
now
should
that you're
see this
saying,
and have it plain. So when I turn around, I can't not see it.
now
Don't do
now
that.
that you're saying that, I kind of want to DM you a picture.
Nope. I will not look at it. I will delete it.
Okay,
I'll
for
just
the
do this.
audience,
What if I posted
here
it
you go,
in-
SR. Here you go. Here you fucking go.
Seriously, Mage? A jam jar and a potato, same ass, same person?
Don't forget
Here
Oh my
you
God.
go, SR. Here you go.
I love it. I
It's
want the
so
picture.
threatening. It is not okay.
That doesn't look. He looks high as fuck. Look
He does look high. That's what I said. I said, Furby is ripped. Down to really good green.
real good green though. The man's been token up.
Destroyer
I love that
of
there are
anal
so many
leakage?
pictures of this. Like, why are there like multiple pictures of this plate?
I don't know. But
Just
Oh,
really
because they're
trying
different
to-
plate designs. Look at, I didn't know you could get different plate
Wait a
patterns.
minute.
I
What?
want
Oh,
granny
different kinds
plates.
of plates.
Granny
different kinds of
with the
plates,
double
yeah.
Furby. Oh my god.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
They're so hideous.
Like
Look up-
classic grandma mixed with 80s hell. I don't know what to do.
I kind of
It
want to
is
buy
not
it.
You would say that, Jenny Morgan. Same ass, huh,
Jenny,
Mage?
don't forget to do
Jam
your
jar and a
Kegels.
potato. That's interesting. Were they trying to like did they put the potato in first in hopes that the potato would go inside the jam jar and it didn't work? Or were they like the jam jar got stuck and they put I bet you they got the potato stuck and they thought they could suck it out with the jam jar and it didn't work. That's what I'm going with.
Ooh,
What do you think,
oh,
Ben?
that's some shitty news.
Yes, definitely.
Which one came out first, the jam jar or the potato? We need this information so we can make a
If it's
determination.
stool, it's the potato.
The potato was put in last.
Well, the potato was put on stream for 8 hours and forgot about.
Yes, well then there's that.
So I think, okay, one of these days, I need to find out when Stool's birthday is so I can do an 8-hour live stream of a potato. And
But
follow
Mage,
suit.
which one did they pull out
just
first?
Just a potato, just like you. There's a potato on like a plate, and the camera's pointing to the potato, and that's it.
Yeah, no, Stool did
Yes.
that. Stool actually
Was it
did
the cut
that.
up dick-shaped potato, or was it just the 3 potatoes?
Well, he had the whole thing about his little potatoes. But that was a different thing than when he fell asleep on stream. Of a potato.
See, the jam jar
8
came out
hours.
first. They thought they were going to cause some kind of suction and pull the potato out with the jam jar.
Oh,
It
it's
didn't work.
probably what like one man, one jar, but worse.
One man, one jar. Watch me shit this potato into this jar. Wait, I got to get it up my butthole a little bit, make sure I aim right. Whoops. Well,
One
that's
man,
not
one
gonna work
potato.
out. Olestra may cause anal leakage. Jenny says she does her Kegels every single day. Where have we gone with this? You guys are just we're making all the straight guys happy in the chat.
I went from talking about some serious stuff to Furbies to potatoes.
So with that, do we have any other trans guy shit we want to talk about, or do we want to open the panel? Now
Just
that we're
open-
talking.
You know, all I have to say is
Open the
I
floor.
want to publicly thank my girlfriend for working through all this shit with me and standing by my side. She's amazing. And I love you. Okay, so that's all I got. I don't know. We're already on to anal leakage. We can't turn back now.
We might as well open the panel at this
We
point.
might as well
We
just
might
open
as
the
well.
panel up and let everybody come in that wants to come in. And who wants a link? Give me a shout. Let me know.
Come hang out.
Give me a middle finger in the chat or something. Sorry, Dave.
School's
I don't
potato.
have any of that stuff running where you do exclamation Heather and something pops up about how awesome she is. I don't have OBS. I think that's OBS, right? I don't know. Maybe that's when you're monetized. I don't know. I can't do it. So, yeah, if you guys want in, let us know. That's right. Abolishing toxic masculinity, one topic at a time. It's true. That is the point. That's what we all want to do here. Well, that's what me and Ben want to do. We don't know about the rest of you crazy fuckers.
That's why it's Oxic Transculinity.
That's right. We ain't doing the toxic shit.
I'll be right back.
Which is funny. I took the T off of it, but yet I'm adding T every week. Huh. How ironic. I mean, really. Didn't think about that when I did it. I just moved it over. Gary, me eating lunch. Might see what's happening on Beck stream. Anal leakage. And he's got a face like, Urgh. You know, I would suggest, Gary, go back about 15, 20 minutes and play it on at 1.5 speed so you can catch up. And then you'll understand how we got to anal leakage. It was really a medical discussion about the human body and being trans. And then it just kind of segued into potatoes, jam jars, and anal linkage when Titan Uranus showed up. So
Titan Uranus.
I'm scared, though. I'm toxic and a man. I'll just hide in the corner. You are not a toxic man. I mean, you might be to your wife, but you're not here. Yep. Well, really, it wasn't us getting through. It was her helping me through it. But so we need to. Oh, you want us to mansplain what toxic masculinity is? When a toxic masculine a toxic man is men that treat women like their property. A toxic man is someone who thinks you're not allowed to fucking cry and have a bad day and need someone to hold you for a minute because you fucking the last 2 years of your life have sucked. You know, it's no, it was kind of your fault to you. Being a toxic man is thinking that women don't have the same right to pay as you do. Thinking that women need to dress feminine all the time and aren't allowed to have tattoos because nobody's going to go to war and fight a war for a woman who has tattoos and doesn't have babies and stay at home and listen to their man and let them fuck them whenever they want. So basically just take the asshole men and mix it with the hatred for women in Christianity and you have toxic masculinity. Because it's all that and more.
And as we mentioned, the dudes that won't do any housework and think that it's only up to their wives to do all of the housework.
That's right. You know what I did today? Well, first of all, my girlfriend literally let me cook for her. She never does that. I said, look, you're doing that. I'll cook for you. You know what I did when I was done cooking?
Cleaned up.
I cleaned up the fucking dishes. I did them all. Now, she got the plates from me and snuck that past me and cleaned them, put them in the dishwasher. But then I went back. I cleaned the pan out. I put the food away. I cleaned the pan. All she had to do was stick on the stove, throw some oil in it. So, yeah, it's okay. Like, it's fine.
SR, I sent you a link. Come in here, bro. I also sent one to the ego, so we'll see if the ego shows up.
What is non-toxic masculinity? That's when you say, hey, I'm a guy, but I'm not afraid to cry. And I fucking love my woman. And I appreciate that she takes care of me and I take care of her. It's being equal all the way through everything. You can be a man in this situation. You can be the big support beam in the middle of the roof and help hold the house up. Just know that she is the roof. And that she's holding the house up too, just in a different way. I mean, my girlfriend is independent and intelligent. She can take care of herself just fine, but we still lean on each other sometimes. Just how life is.
Yes, Spackle.
Exactly.
Partnership is not ownership. Exactly.
It should be a minimum of 50-50, and I would prefer 75-75 because everybody should give more than the 50-50, and you'll have a good fucking relationship. And if you have a 10-70, it's not going to work. Yes, I left.
Jenny wants a link. I'll send them to
Preach.
Jenny.
Thank you.
I'm
HS
gonna
wants a
find
link
them.
too while you're in there.
Oh, here, HS, I'll put one in the Discord chat that we're in.
You know, Gary, I hate cleaning bathrooms. I really do. I scrubbed the toilet the other day. I did. And not even in her bathroom. I scrubbed the toilet because we call it the number 2 bathroom because the kids aren't there. So we use her bathroom to poop in. It's literally true. And I went in there and pooped and thought, God, this toilet is disgusting. It's like teenagers use this bathroom. So I cleaned the fucking toilet. And I didn't get it totally clean because it had some scrubbing that needed to be done. But I got most of it clean. It was cleaner than hers. So I guess I need to clean hers next weekend. Because my girl is way too busy to be cleaning toilets. There you go, Ox. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. 32 years next month of 50-50. It's the only way it works. Congratulations to you, sir. Keep up the good work. Keep making that dinner. Yeah, you know, and it's okay. That's the thing is, you know, I know relationships where the man's an excellent cook and the woman doesn't know shit in the kitchen, but she does the fucking dishes when he's done cooking. It's okay. It's okay to have, it doesn't have to be a certain role for anybody. Some people are really good at some things, and some people are terrible at others, you know? It's just how it is.
Oh no, the ego's
Did you just
here.
clean it? Good job, baby girl.
No. Oh no, the ego's here.
Oh,
the
ego has arrived.
Uh-oh.
Ego has arrived.
The ego of Phoebe J. Rose.
Oh my
Phoebe
gosh.
J.
Has came
Ego.
and brought Phoebe with it. You are welcome, Ox. I'm very proud of you, buddy.
Your
I'm glad for
ego's
you.
touching me.
No, it's touching everybody.
It's not touching me. Try again.
Fix your name.
You don't think it's touching you. You just
It's
have got so
never.
comfortable to it touching you.
It's never touching me.
Oh, wait a
Phoebe, I
minute.
fixed your name.
So,
Babe,
No,
I'm
no.
sorry. That sounded horrible. I wasn't saying you don't clean your house. You clean everything but that toilet normally.
We got Phoebe. Hi, Phoebe.
Yeah,
Here,
Phoebe's
take off
here.
the comments so Phoebe can see her name now.
Phoebe
There you
J. Ego and Fairy Trans Mother. Oh, Stupid changed theirs. Oh, whoa, himbo?
No, no.
The fuck is that?
Don't-
Never mind. I don't want to know, do I?
You're
No.
bringing in the and especially you're not in the OO camp. You're in the OO camp.
I'm in both.
Okay.
no. It shouldn't be Obo. It should be Oxo.
I don't know what either of them are.
Don't worry about it.
Is that animation stuff? Or...
Whoever's crinkling the bag or the cookies or the candy. Shh. Okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
shut up. I got stuff to do here.
Just mute yourself, you pain in my ass. Go ahead, you guys. I'm sorry.
So here's a thing that I wonder if it plays a part in toxic masculinity.
Masturbation.
It's the my worth is my service thing too. Like, do you think that a lot of guys fall into that? Because I know a lot of guys fall into that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is part of the toxic masculinity. They almost feel like if they're not needed and they're not doing that part, or they're they don't have a woman going, oh honey, can you help me? I can't open the jelly jar. That they need that shit, or they don't feel like they're a man.
Yeah, but every once in a while,
They raise those boys.
every once in a while, you just tell them, I have this. Could you open this jar, even though you know damn well you can do it yourself? Just fix their delusion, you know?
Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely. Just like a woman wants to hear, even when she's, say, lost weight and her skin's a little loose, or gained a little bit of weight and her butt's a little bigger, she still wants to hear she's sexy. And like, honestly, if you're in love with that person, you're going to kind of see him sexy no matter what anyways. But, that's another part of a relationship. Part of that respect is giving that little bit. We all need the give and take. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs affirmation. If anybody ever tells you they don't need some form of fucking affirmation, they are fucking lying. We all need some form of affirmation, whether it's, showing that you love them, or complimenting them on what they're wearing, or, oh, thanks, honey, for taking out that trash. That bag was just so heavy. Just give them that little bit.
Well, Beck,
it's
I'm going to
fine.
ask you a
But when
hard
it gets
question.
past that little bit is when you get into that toxic shit. And no, you shouldn't fucking enable any of that crap.
I'm
Go
going
ahead.
to ask you a difficult question.
Go.
Is it, even though you want affirmation, I want affirmation, and I don't know if you find this relatable or not. I find it difficult sometimes to accept affirmation. Do you find that difficult?
It depends on what form it comes. If let's say, for instance, I do take out Heather's trash, which, by the way, I went to take it out today. And I left it by the front door and just realized I never picked up, and she must have taken it out for me. And she thanks me for that. You know, okay, I helped her. She appreciated it. We're good. When someone goes to the point of overly complimenting me, but that has nothing to do with any kind of like masculinity or toxicity as far as that subject goes. That's my own shit from back when my mom died, and I don't feel like I'm good enough or deserve it.
I just want my partner to do two things in the household to keep it up. I'll do the rest. They got to take out the trash. I meant three things: take out the trash, do the dishes, and
Clean the toilet?
And clean the toilet.
See, women that think correctly have men clean the toilet.
You said trash, dishes, and toilet cleaning?
Yep.
Oh, that's a man's dream. That's fucking 5 minutes once a week, each thing. I take that job.
I'm telling you, I said it.
Dishes,
I said it earlier, and I stand by it. Like, if you're not cooking and cleaning as a man, like, you're just not a man. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, as a cishet man, like, I fucking love cooking. Like, I literally.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you say you're cishet? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, buddy.
That's no. It's fair. No. It's fair.
Wait a minute, you're a guy?
Yeah.
Hey, what? You're a white man? Get out of here.
Yeah. No, hang on. The white thing is I'm not going to tell everybody about that yet. But
No, don't, you need to keep that quiet. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to out your whiteness.
Phoebe, what is that? What is that next to you?
Minorities. Kick him back out of here. He is not a minority at all.
There's so much oppression.
Okay.
It's so.
No, I like SR. We can keep him.
I love y'all.
SR is a good example of a
Privilege and
non-toxic man.
Well, so
Keep him in a cage and go, look, this is a non-toxic man at the zoo.
I
This
mean,
is a non-toxic man. One of the few.
I don't know if Jenna's still out there, but Jenna has offered me a cage dwelling once or twice. So I'm not going to go on that. I'm not going to go down that. I grew up in the South, and toxic masculinity is essentially the only masculinity. Like that's it. That's the only way to be a man is to do all of the things that are just, I mean, honestly, they're nonsense. It's just fucking nonsense that I'm not going to go to a doctor when I'm hurting because it's not manly, or I'm not going to go to somebody when I'm feeling bad because it's not what men do. That's just bullshit, and it's limited.
Did you hear? It was like a year or so ago, maybe two. I don't know, where men were taking this masculinity crap. It came out of the incels. They were taking this masculinity crap and anti-homosexual crap so far that there were guys who were actually saying, "I don't wipe my ass because that's too much gay.
Oh, yeah.
That's too gay."
Insane.
You know, and I won't shower and wash my genitals because that's gay. You know, and
Dude,
just
you're gonna have cheese growing or something.
I mean, are you so insecure
Oh, God, I'm so
with
grossed out right now.
who you are, right? Are you so insecure
Cheese
with
on the balls.
your attraction and just, you know, gender identity and
apparently
it's
they
not-
are.
and right. I mean, right. That's honestly it, because it's so limiting. It's trying the hardest that they can to box in what is supposed to be a man into this absurd complex. And at the same time, and this is what's so upsetting, is at the same time it is also purposefully making women less than. And it's anything that has to do with that. If you're gay, you're less than because you're kind of feminine. You know, if you're trans, you're less than because fuck that, and that's not manly, and it's
You know,
insane.
that's,
Praise the
that's
Lord.
bullshit anyways. If anybody has ever seen bear porn where you have that one guy who's in charge and he does not sound gay at all, but he's got a bunch of guys sucking his dick. Don't tell me that those guys are hitting more ass than any fucking straight guy out there. And they are not like, oh, I'm a bottom. No, they're definitely tops.
It's
definitely
jealousy.
top in charge.
It's
Yeah, that's all
jealousy.
it is.
Yeah.
And then they're mad when trans guys and lesbians take their fucking women. Why the fuck are you
And
mad?
then they go
Clean
through
your
this. They go through this
Put on a
whole,
decent shirt.
you know,
Take off the one with the 2
society's
years of ketchup
crumbling
off on it.
because
Yeah,
lesbians
fuck.
and trans men are
No, they're the
taking
ones that are
women.
causing society to crumble. We're trying to rebuild it.
Because
gonna-
you don't actually give a shit about 50% of the population out there practically. And so because of the fact that you've been a jackass your whole life to the people around you, funny enough, they don't want to hang out with you, and more importantly, they don't want to fuck you. And so you get all upset that other people are like, "Oh my gosh, wait a second. This is a human, not just a sex toy." And nothing
they
wrong
get
with sex toys.
entitled.
Yeah,
You know what I think is really funny, SR, is those toxic masculine guys that think that they're like nasty and they got chaw in their mouth and their teeth are dark brown. And look, I met some of them when I was doing COVID testing. We had them swab their noses, and when they pulled it out, it was brown because they had so much fucking tobacco in their goddamn.
You talking about my
sinuses.
kin now, Beck? Now you
Not
calm
even
down
kidding
now
you.
for a second.
And these guys are like, why? Oh, you know, there's women. Who the look? First of all, women and gay men, they want someone who wipes their ass and cleans it. They don't want to suck a dick that's surrounded by nasty, matted ass shit hair. Okay, so no, they're not gonna have sex with you. Clean yourself up. Put on a fucking goddamn decent. Show some self-respect.
Yeah.
For yourself. You
Yeah.
show self-respect, other people are more tend more to respect you.
I think that's
SR,
what kills me with the incels is you have these sweaty boys, I'm gonna say boys, that are in the basement, that are obese, that probably aren't paying rent because some mama and dad are paying rent for them. And then they say that I'm mad because this really pretty woman who's hot and has it together won't fuck me. Just makes me so angry. I'm like, really? Like, but I wanted to bring up something that is a little bit, it kind of explains some of the cycle too. So I have known women who feed into toxic masculinity. They expect men,
For sure.
don't be a wuss, don't
For sure.
cry. If you get hurt, you're stupid. And that is also uncomfortable and horrible. But
that happened to
I
me
think
with
it's
my
born
ex.
out of patriarchy, them playing
Yeah.
the game of patriarchy
Yeah.
and then feeding it right back. And so it turns into a loop.
Yeah, I think
My
it's
ex
hard
did
to.
that shit to me when I almost died with my kidney. She goes, I didn't realize you were so weak. I thought you were tougher than that.
Yeah, and I.
I was like 1 in 2,000 that didn't die from that.
Yeah, and it's
not common. What happened to me is not common in the world.
That's still
I
bullshit.
was in a 3 percentile of people that had that disease in the world. That 3% that survived it and had no complications. I was in 3% of the world, and this woman told me I was a fucking wimp.
Yeah,
Of course, what they didn't tell you is that if you were tough enough, you would never have gotten the disease because it would have been scared of you.
Oh, suck my dick! I was.
It would have been scared of you.
They think I was born with it. Could have been an accident. We don't. Really
I know it,
but that's not the point. Like that's literally what she said to me, and I went.
Yeah.
I went through 3 months of extreme pain and didn't kill you. Yeah. That's strength, baby. That's strength.
And that is bullshit. And that is bullshit, brother. I will say, I have to imagine it is insanely difficult to break out of the toxicity that is being told what you're supposed to do as a woman, right? As your role. And with that, so much toxic masculinity gets brought into it. Because it's not just that you as a woman are supposed to be subservient, right? It's that you as a woman are supposed to be subservient to that alpha Chad, bro, who like beats his chest, man, and is like, dude.
I tell you this. I tell you this.
And
in
that's
all honesty.
garbage.
That reminds me of one of the things that I absolutely loathed every minute that I was supposed to be around other quote unquote men when I was presenting as a man. Good God. I had the misfortune once of going on a quote ladsology. Christ almighty. What a load of nonsensical tosh that ladsology was. So we went to Magaluf, good old Magaluf, and we were all pissed when we got on the plane, and we were pissed for the 7 days we were there, and we were fucking anything in sight, and we were pissed on the plane home. And that was the extent of the holiday, and it was shit.
Oh.
But it going along with all of that, like talking about like the purity culture that I came from, and that whole workshop at the retreat about telling women that they were inferior to men, and that being the entire thing.
Oh man,
Like-
I could. Ugh.
Like, and you have these women, like it ends up being a cycle of abuse. You have the men
Yes.
that tell the women that you are inferior, you do what I say. And some of these women really do love their partner. Like they love this person that they're with. And so of course it's easy for them at that moment to be subservient, because they firmly believe that they're going to be with this person for a long time. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
well, like it never, like it was easy for me to get out of that part of it, because I'm like, I don't like any of you. So like
You
there's no
also-
way I'm ever gonna want to be subservient to any of you.
It
And they're
creates
all kind of-
resentment. So
And
like,
they're all dumb. Like these guys who I remember, and SR, you probably understand this part of like the weird like apologetics community of like asshole dudes.
The good
Like-
guy.
Yeah,
The
so like
I'm
you
just
get
such a
these-
nice
you get these
guy.
guys who they think that they're so damn smart. Like they think they're so damn intellectual.
God's gift to humanity.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, how did God get him here?
Oh, sorry,
Let
sorry.
God
Nature's gift to humanity.
I got a question, SR.
Yeah.
Why do you have that name, that moniker?
Secular rarity.
Oh, it was that secular?
So
Oh,
in
I thought it was
fairness-
sexual.
So in
It's a
fairness,
nickname.
yeah. In fairness,
Never mind.
my name is actually on all the shit secular rarity, but Oz over at the Tang Network started calling me that, and then Ben and Beck and a bunch of other people love to
Jenna.
Jenna makes fun of me. Everybody loves to mess with me, and so I hopped on Ben's stream like a week ago, I think, and was sexual rarity, and forgot to change it on another show, and I changed it back for this. But I mean, I am poly, but other than that, I mean, I'm not that rare, I guess. But I'm a bit of a disappointment.
Okay, I have 3 more questions.
Okay.
How old are you?
27.
15.
27. Do you ever get up to Minnesota, and would you date an old woman? Never mind.
No on the second one, because it's cold up there. But hit me up, girl.
Also, Bo Rest is already fighting.
Bo Rest
over it.
has Bo Rest has claimed, and I'm
SR
supposed to be.
SR's like,
in
I've
a
never seen a
cage.
pussy I didn't like. Hit me up.
I'm supposed to be in a cage in Jenna's basement, so like I got to get back to that too.
Yeah,
Oh, that
right?
sounds cool.
that's some intense play there.
I wanted
Is
to
there a
comment on.
Furby in that cage?
A
I wanted,
Furby. Whoa.
There are
Dress
a
up
lot
I
as
of-
wanted
a
to comment
Furby.
on a little bit of the discussion earlier
ahead.
about this subservience thing. Okay, I realize this is just a completely individualized thing, but if I meet the right person, I would be more than happy to be subservient to them.
But that's a personal thing. That's a you deciding what is comfortable and correct for
Well, that's
you
true.
in another consenting adult relationship. The idea
God,
the
those things
idea that
exist.
you would just automatically be subservient to anybody because they were born a fucking man and because they're a real man, right? Like that's you still would say that's garbage, right?
Well, yeah. The automatic assumption is garbage.
Right.
There's no doubt. But a lot of people today make it out to be a capital crime
love that
if you feel that
Furby.
way at all. That
Guys, let
you.
Jenny finish talking. Come on now. Go ahead, Jenny.
Oh, that's
No.
a little scary.
All right,
Yeah,
I want
this
you to
is-
put on your Furby costume for me for Valentine's Day.
Honey, get out the Furby costume.
I will say if somebody does have if one of your this is a public service announcement to anybody out there. If you have a romantic partner right now that will dress up in a Furby
I
costume
don't know what you're saying.
on Valentine's Day, if you have that person, marry that person. Stay with that person forever. Just keep
Especially
that
if they
person.
hate doing it and
Yeah,
they do it
yeah.
anyways.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they
they
like
must
it, you might
be-
want to think twice about
They
it.
must
But
be perfect for you. If that's what you're wanting and they do that, like you need to lock that shit down.
right, dude, I'm gonna put a ring on it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so question for the panel: how do you feel about women saying it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich guy as it is to fall in love with a poor guy? I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna say that if a woman says that, she is genuinely looking for a person to love, and she is not looking for anything. She's not a materialistic bitch. You might want to try to date that one.
I don't care if she says it. I want to see her do it.
I think
It's a lot easier to say it than it is to do it.
You know what I say? This is what I say. This is my PSA when it comes to dating. Don't take her to the fanciest steakhouse. Don't dress extra fancy when you meet her. Wear what you'd normally wear and go to like a fucking sub shop or McDonald's. Be fucking real.
I would judge that.
All the
I
other
would
bullshit-
judge that.
All that other
You
bullshit
think
at the
so
end of the
bad
day
of
is
me?
not
You're
going to
going to
continue
McDonald's?
happening. And if you take a woman to something like that and she runs away
I'm
from
not
you,
very
then
materialistic.
that's not the person for you because you're being yourself. Bottom line.
I'm not
People
very
need to quit
materialistic, but that's
starting
a
out,
little
and then
bit.
once you guys get to know each other, you enjoy each other, then take her out to a nice fucking restaurant. I'm not saying don't ever do it, but starting all out with a false facade, you're really just lying to each other about who you really are. You should come in casual, comfortable clothing, go meet in a regular ass place, go run an errand together, go shopping together and talk. You'll learn so much about somebody if you go shopping with them.
For the first date, it's easy to get
True.
coffee because you can run if you decide you're scary.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do coffee. If that works, go on a date, go shopping together and go to lunch afterwards or something. Where do you need to go?
But if you
Go do
took
real
me to
life shit.
McDonald's, I'd be like, okay,
No, it
that
doesn't have
might
to
be
be
a mark
McDonald's.
against
It
you.
could be, I don't know, IHOP. Just don't get crazy and try to act like something you're not. Go to your favorite fucking restaurant. Mention your three favorite ones. See which one she likes or he likes. You know, everybody puts on this facade of trying to act like who they're not. And then when a year down the road, 2 years down the road, they're like, why did our relationship fall apart? Well, because now you're acting like you and I don't like you. That's why.
Like I'm not
I've been
offended
the
by going
entire time.
Dutch. I don't think going Dutch is offensive. What I think is offensive is I think so little of you're going to McDonald's.
No, I didn't say McDonald's.
Yeah,
Quit
so
going to
like,
McDonald's.
What I
Just
think
don't
is
take them to a
offensive is the
goddamn $150 plate steakhouse. It's
Oh, it doesn't have
unrealistic
to
and
be
it's
like
not what's
that
going to
either.
happen the rest of
No.
your life with them.
Go to a nice
It's
mom and
acting like
pop
something you're not.
restaurant that's around the
Yeah, that's what I'm
$12,
saying.
$13.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him or her to Chuck E. Cheese and make sure that they know how to whip some poor child's ass at arcade games.
Yes.
Okay, what the
You
fuck?
gotta know what you're getting.
Chuck E. Cheese
I don't
is
care.
literally
I don't
like
care
a-
where they would take me for that first date. What I resent is the expectation that, well, I took you out on a date and I bought you $5 worth of tacos. You have to lay down for me.
Yeah, that's
Well,
silly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
come
bought you
on.
a coffee, but it was
That's
a free
all you're
refill
good
coffee.
for.
But that's not a given with a lot of people. That they actually do believe that. I've seen people write that up on Twitter and stuff like that.
Yes.
The bitch would. I'm never going to see her again. The bitch wouldn't put out
See,
for me.
Dave,
It's
if
like,
you
well,
take my advice and the materialistic, they won't be around you anymore. Even if you have money, you don't have to fucking show it off. That's how you get bad marriages.
So if you're dating for a transaction, find yourself a hooker.
Phoebe, you're a bit quiet. Can you
Yeah,
turn your
that
volume up
that
a
headphone
little?
you have instead of your regular headphones
Uh,
is horrible. We
Yell
can
at
barely
us.
hear you.
Just yell
Go
at
ahead.
us. I mean, for no reason, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, good. The sound finally improved. Everybody's been dead
Oh,
quiet.
is she going to the sauna? I hope she's going to the sauna.
Yeah. Get in that sauna.
Where's
Get in
Phoebe
that
going?
sauna.
Phoebe.
Probably to the sauna.
Well,
That's her
I mean,
studio.
B, I agree with you. Like, I think in terms of just like, trying to be, there's no reason to try to go out of your way to pretend you're somebody that you're not. Like, one of the last dates that I went on, for me, like, I said to this person, I was like, hey, like, I think you're pretty cute. Like, I'd love to have sex with you. Maybe not exactly that verbatim, but I was basically like, you're pretty hot. Like, let's go on a date. Like, I'm horny.
Let's hook up.
Are
Yeah.
you horny? Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and she was like, yeah, hey, I heard they were gonna play like Back to the Future at this local movie theater. And I was like, oh, sweet. But that starts in a few hours. Like, I kind of don't have anything to do. I'd love to hang out. Do you want to hang out? She was like, yeah, sure. I was like, oh shit. There's got to be something cool going on. Like, oh my gosh, there's this art exhibit. Do you want to go walk around the park for 30 minutes and then go to this art exhibit? And then we'll go make out in a movie theater while we watch a movie that we've both seen a bunch. And yeah. And again, like, that's, for me, that's better. Because that's just the type of shit that I just enjoy. I just find fun,
That's a perfectly good date. That is a perfectly good date, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think there's again, I agree. There's value in just trying to be yourself and knowing that if at the end of tonight it doesn't work out forever, and we're not just like perfectly in love for the rest of our lives, it's probably going to be okay. It's probably going to be okay.
Because you were being honest.
Yeah, and why would we
fuck
waste
around? And if it means nothing, then we'll just fuck around every
Yeah.
so often. But then if we really like each other, cool.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Question.
Expectations.
Hold on. It brings us into the discussion of love at first sight kind of stuff. Did you date this woman because you thought she was attractive and you said, I'm going to get to know her, maybe she's hot, maybe we can fuck, blah 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 blah.
So,
or did you start dating her because you saw her and you went, that thing, or do you expect that if you start dating someone and you find that you're very affectionate towards them and you feel that building is that love? Well, how do you define all that? How do you decide?
I don't think there's a problem with any of them personally. Again, I mean, for me, it wasn't until maybe 6, maybe 7. No, that's not right. That's
Are we just
close
talking
to
about your sexual exploits now?
Hold on.
No.
No.
We're talking about like what it means
for
to
you.
be like in love with somebody or something. But for me, it was a really long time that I felt a lot of things in my life, and I disagreed with a lot of people that I was talking with, until one day somebody said, hey man, did you know there's this thing, it's called polyamorous? And I was like, words. But the way that I see love, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with any of those. I think if you see somebody across the fucking room and the first thought that comes to your mind is, damn, and like that ultimately leads you into being somebody that's a real person, making a real connection with somebody. Again, none of that toxic bullshit about, oh, I just want to fuck that, I'm gonna hit it and quit it and go on. But seriously, like, god damn, I think that person is hot and I just want to fuck them. And then they actually communicate with them and they actually grow with them as a human being, and they come to find love in that pathway. I don't think that's any more or less valid or right or wrong than somebody that hangs out with somebody as a friend for like a year and a half. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. they meet up and they put up chairs for whatever event, blah blah. And like a year and a half later, they go, holy shit, I fucking love Bill. like he is the coolest motherfucking dude, or whatever. I think as long as at the end of the day, what it truly is adults coming together and talking to each other about what they actually feel, and really
Be
giving a shit about each other.
honest.
Yeah, right.
That's all you have to do. That's what I'm saying. Just be honest. And I can make up different scenarios, but it's all about just being yourself, whatever that entails. If you're someone who once a week you go out for a fancy steak and you want to take her with, cool. But if it's you, do it.
Yeah.
And I have two stories to add to that discussion. The first thing I will say is I met a couple when I lived in Virginia. She married him to get him into the country for money, and she gave it back to him, and they stayed married, and they're madly in love. They ended up living in the same household for a few months while his paperwork, like literally, it was illegal. Yeah, we all know that. And I'll never say any names, but he was Turkish, and there was a bunch of them that had parents were like princes and stuff, and they had a lot of fucking money over there, believe it or not. And their parents sent them over here, on a school visa, and gave them a bunch of money. Here, find a wife, find someone to marry and become a citizen of the United States. So that's what they were doing. And they ended up, I met them 4 years, 4.5 years, I think, after they had met. And then they did all the paperwork, got married, and then they moved in together because they were going to check on them, and they had to function in a family together, and you can't make that up. They'll know if it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So they moved in together to portray that, and he slept on the couch, and they fucking fell in love, and they're probably still together today. Now, on the flip side of that, talking about love at first sight, when I first saw Heather, she blew. I was literally sitting there like this.
Yeah.
And then she looked at the camera, and I realized my mouth was open, and I was like, "Hi, how are you?" I mean, she was like, "Oh, sorry, I just got out of the shower. My hair's wet." And she didn't intend. She was no flirting there. She was just being herself. And it just.
But it was
fucking,
like
I
a
was like, "Oh, holy
hair
crap."
commercial. She's like,
You are beautiful there. And I was instant. And it wasn't even just a sexual thing. It wasn't like, I never thought, oh my God, I want to fuck her. I thought, oh my God, I want to date her. I want to learn about her. I want to kiss her. I want to see what that's like.
Yeah,
That's
and
all.
I think either is valid.
It was just, it stopped at kissing,
Yeah.
because I just knew I was instantly there was a magnet between us just pulling me to her. I
think personally, I don't necessarily like the phrase love at first sight, because I think attraction at first sight is better. Because you can have an attraction, but then love usually implies that there's some knowledge of the other person,
you have to know each other,
some
right?
Relationship,
right?
But
cuddles at first sight.
Twitter pated.
But but what I did with it was I got to know her and decided if I really felt that way about her. And the more I got to know her, the more I fell in love with her. And then I just waited and got to know her. And in the meantime, she got to know me. And then when I told her, she was like, "Oh my God, I fucking love him." So, it worked out great. I didn't rush into it. I didn't pressure anything. I gave myself time.
Your mic went out again, I think. Your mic went out again.
Was it
keeps
Beck?
doing that. Yeah, Beck's cord keeps getting weird. It's done this on a few streams now.
Okay, so Beck, I know this is this
Also,
might be
SR,
really.
Did you read the side chat?
I did. Do you want me to comment on it?
Well, yes, I do.
What our wonderful Phoebe, I think it's the capital T, the ego, said was mutual masturbation at first sight. And all I'm gonna say is on that, which is if it's public, just make sure that anybody around is into voyeurism. But if it's private, I mean, get to it. I'm all for it. I'm a big fan.
Does that count as joining the Mile High Club? Does that, if you do that on a plane, does that count as joining the Mile High Club?
So I think, and that this is my stance, and it may be a little controversial for some people, but self-sex is some of the best sex you can have. If you're masturbating, that counts in my eyes as sex. If you're masturbating with other people around or watching, that is also sex. And if you're doing that, if you're doing that on a plane, congratulations, join the club. That's what I say.
So was it Delta or was it Sprint?
You guys are going totally off topic. Phoebe. See, that's the conflict I have, Mage.
I'm now thinking about all the places I've masturbated, and I'm like, I have masturbated in some weird places.
Attraction implies just a sexual attraction. That's the only thing I don't like about that word.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But no, because you can have romantic and sexual attraction are different definition. They are different definitions.
Like to the common person.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what kind of attraction. So if you said attraction at first sight, I'd be like, oh, what kind? So like for me, like
what is animal magnetism, for Christ's sakes?
I'm more demisexual, and so for me, like I look at it and go, like there's a lot of people that run across the room and go, I want to bang that person. I'm just not one of those. It's not how I operate. Like so, like for people like me on that spectrum, I wonder if like we just have a giant flag going Ice Queen until proven otherwise.
Hold up. Fairy trans mother, your mic is very
we know
roboty.
it does it all the time.
Yeah, it does that.
I didn't know.
We're really patient with Jenny because it's not her fault. She just has poor equipment.
Unplug, plug it right back in. I want to hear what you got to say. But yeah, there is a difference between sexual and romantic attraction, and I don't think.
So yeah, it's one thing to be attracted to their genitals or their tits in their face. It's another thing to just feel attraction to who they are as a person, just instantly.
And not I would say for me, it isn't exactly that cut and dry, but yeah, I would say absolutely. There's a part of me that feels differently, and again, this was just after just years of me having conversations with other people where like, well, that's not right. That's not normal. And then I go, oh, this is exactly how I feel. And I don't understand what's wrong with it. And then finally finding other people that also, were able to speak about this and say, this is exactly how I felt my whole life. And so there's a difference. There's a difference in, for me, somebody that, when I really care about somebody and I just want to be there for somebody and I just want to lift them up. But I want to do that in a way that's not simply as a friend. That's not simply as somebody that just comes in every so often, but like, I want to be there all the time. Like, I want to hear the goods. I want to hear the bads, there's that. And then there's also an aspect where it's like, yeah, again, I mean, like, oh God, that's hot. Like, whew, I am turned on right now. Let's do dirty things to each other for a while. And those don't always correlate, but they do a good bit of the time for me. But at the same time, yeah, there is definitely a difference between those two.
Huge.
I'm kind of fascinated. What is it like to, and this is going to sound really dumb, but I came from purity culture and everything else, just like men. But at the same time, like for me, like the idea of like messing around just for me without having a attraction, like as a person, is just like I can't separate the two. There's no way I can separate the two. And it could be how I was raised, or it could be how I am. But like, what do? Do you just put a bag over their head, or like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're attracted to the face, or just like maybe they have horrible politics and you just like duct tape over the mouth. Like, I don't know how you deal with it.
Well, so
date someone else.
Yeah. And it's so the biggest thing, I think one of the biggest things that when trying to explain to, again, the vast majority, I'm in Tennessee, y'all. I'm in Tennessee. So it's very much a men, kind of place. But when I try to explain to a lot of my friends, one of the things that I'll often say to them is an analogy that I heard from somebody else who heard it from somebody else who has been talking about it for decades or whatever, but oftentimes they equate it to, they'll say like, well, hey, do you like cheddar cheese? Are you a fan of cheddar cheese? Because I like cheddar cheese. And then, you know, the person is like, well, yeah, cheddar cheese is great. I mean, not all the time. And you're like, yeah, not all the time. But do you like Parmesan? And they'll say, well, I mean, yeah, I like Parmesan. You'll go, yeah, great. Do you feel like the attraction, the enjoyment that you have with Parmesan is in any way negating the enjoyment that you have with cheddar? And that kind of understanding that you can care about multiple things at the same level without detracting from one or the other or making it weird in any way. And then just realizing that, again, for me, that was the same feeling that I was having with people. Like I remember one of the biggest things, I was dating somebody very openly in my high school, and both of us were really well known by a lot of people. And I remember people saying to me like, well, how can you think so-and-so is attractive? You're dating blah, blah. And I was like, well, I don't see why there's a problem here. You know?
See, I'm poly as well. So like, I totally get it.
And again, like for a lot of people, I totally understand why they don't understand. They don't see it from that perspective.
You could be demisexual and poly at the same time as well.
100%.
I've been attracted to multiple
I am
people
a little
at the
bit.
same time, but
100%.
It doesn't mean it doesn't negate each other. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that there is, and again, it depends on who you are as a person. Like I have found for me that I'm like basically kind of attracted to most everybody that I come across, like on a physical level. I just think human beings are hot. It's so weird. It's like all humans, not at all interested in like oak trees or like rivers or deer or sheep.
I've never wanted to fuck a rock in my life.
I know, surprisingly. So there's been some good looking ones though.
That's probably a good place to be.
Never wanted to fuck one.
But humans, like if you start off a story and you're like, oh, bro, let me tell you about this hot person. Like I'm kind of in already. You don't have to say much.
They were hot, huh?
Human being, good looking. I'm here for it.
I kind of agree with Holy Spackle that it's, when I've had one night stands, it's really done nothing for me. I mean, it was fun, but I didn't enjoy it. But I am somebody that requires a emotional attraction with somebody.
On a scale
or some kind of emotional connection. Whether even if it's just it's my best friend and we want to screw around one time, I still have some kind of love for that person. I have an emotional connection to that person. So I have to, at the bare minimum, have that. If I don't have an emotional connection, I'm just not going to enjoy it.
Okay, another question. Another question.
But at the same time, hold on. But at the same time, it is kind of separated for me because like the love and respect I have for Heather is so tangible right here, and my lust for her is so tangible. So it's hard for me because it's kind of like I look at her and I go, oh my God, I love and respect you. And like, I just want to like lift her up and help her and everything. And at the same time, I want to bend her over. So it's really like, it's mixed, but it's not. And when they bump together, I kind of go, wow, that's weird, because I've just never felt both of those for someone like that before. I just have never been in love like this. So to me, it's like, I don't know what to do with it. It's one thing to have crazy sex with someone and you like love them a little bit, or maybe you don't, and you can get a little like crazy and do the role playing or smack that ass or whatever, and it's fine. But then when you really love and respect that person, it's kind of like, I don't know if I can smack your ass.
That's a
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It adds a whole new tangible fucking chunk to it. It's hard. It's hard.
For sure. Jenny, what was your question?
You roll into a gym.
I wanted to pose to the panel and the chat. Do you think all people who call themselves incels are incels because they're horrible, bad, terrible people? Or do you think that there are incels who are just incels?
So do you know the history of the word incel? Where it
Well,
came from, who
involuntary
coined it?
celibate.
Do you know who coined it though? The woman
No,
that
I don't.
coined it. It's a fantastically interesting article, and you should absolutely go look up her blog, because she is the first person, and I forget her name right now, and I'm so sorry, but her understanding and description is really, really, really interesting. And with that being said, I think probably most of the people that would take the label today are probably dickheads. But where it comes from, and some of the people that are actually, that would be in the category of involuntarily celibate, they are not shitty. But again, yes, I will just once again, just for clarity, say absolutely, probably, like, I don't know the numbers, but probably 9 out of 10 are pieces of shit. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So
because of the label that's on it attached, the stigma attached to it today versus what it used to mean.
Because it co-opted it.
Society
it
has pretty much made it
forces
into
with toxic
this horrible
masculinity.
thing.
Yeah,
right,
it joined fucking forces, and it wholeheartedly embraced.
Can only men be incels, or could women be incels too?
Absolutely. Women,
I've met
yes.
some misandrous women that say some pretty toxic things. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you think it's all based on toxicity?
No.
It depends. It depends.
No, it's just most people that accept the label are toxic.
Yeah, today, for sure. For sure.
Most people. It does not mean that all of them are toxic. It's just the majority.
Right.
The incels that I've run across on the internet are very entitled. And that entitlement has settled into bitterness. And it's
a lot
really
of them,
weird.
I feel like they're owed that.
They're a good guy though, bro. Come on, Ben. Come on, bro. You understand? Bro, they're a good dude. They hold the door open, you know? They pay for the woman's meal. Come on, they're a good guy. They deserve sex, right?
We all know what nice guy actually means.
Yeah.
But I did want to weigh in, because with the conversation about attraction and things, like, so my sexuality is like all over the place, because I have very different feelings about like different gender presentations. So like I am viscerally sexually attracted to feminine presenting people. That is just my body likes that. I don't need to know them really to have that attraction and to want to do that. With masculine presenting people, I'm very demisexual and need to have some kind of connection before I want that kind of physical interaction. So it's like, it depends,
because it's a more vulnerable place for you.
Well, no, and it's just my body's not attracted as readily.
Okay.
Like, it's a physical thing, and I don't necessarily know why, but that's just what it is. And it's just a variation of it. Like, it's my normal. It's different than SR's normal or someone else's normal, but it's my normal, and it's fine.
I think that's normal. Like for me, like women who are very feminine are attractive. Women who are tomboys like me are attractive. Women who are dapper and have like a swagger are not attractive to me. I don't know why. It just is.
It's just like I have seen in my life about, I think it was like 3 or 4 very feminine presenting people that were born male. I don't know how they identify because I never spoke to them. Just people I have seen throughout my life that I thought I would fuck him, and which is absolutely not my thing. But because they presented so feminine, I mean, I knew it was a guy, but they were feminine enough for me to be attracted to them.
Melissa Etheridge said that about Brad Pitt.
Well, and it was them, and there was no, like, it was just natural for them. And I was like, huh, yeah, I'd probably never marry one, but, you know, I might fuck him. Yeah.
I remember that in the 90s.
But only a couple times in my life.
Melissa Etheridge said, I would fuck Brad Pitt, and it caused a big to-do. They're like, but you're lesbian, traitor.
Well, and
oh yeah,
definitely
but you're our leader. Her and Ella have to watch what
that
they say.
needs to be that's one of the things that needs to be broken down, right? The idea of somebody saying like I'm physically attracted to somebody for whatever reason, like gay, straight, trans, cis, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're attracted to somebody, if you looking at somebody and you like, man, that's hot. Like that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Look at my cis het girlfriend. Her son said to her when she told her son and her daughter about me, he said, Mom, I didn't know you identified as lesbian. And her daughter, before she could even say anything, said, no, but Beck identifies as a guy. And Heather said, and that's how I see him, because he is a guy.
Yeah.
And so Basie's like, wow, right?
Makes sense.
But Ella, who had met me and kind of knows who I am as a person, is more familiar with me. We spent like probably about 20 some odd 30-ish hours over a 2-week period, and she came into work and helped. So we kind of hung out, and I like, here, do this, and she's like, what do you need me to do? Oh, do this. I already did that. Now do this. Like, she was just great, and she helped out a lot, and we had a good time. We laughed and shit and joked around while we were there. So when Heather went home one day and said, oh, by the way, because Ella knows me, B is now going to be Beck and is going to transition, Ella was like, I mean, both of them really were like, good for him, man. That's great. Fuck yeah. So it's not like it's weird to her kids, but her son's brain automatically went that way. And she's like, but no, I'm not a lesbian. And Ella was 14 years old. She was totally like, oh yeah, but Beck's a guy.
I don't see anything in you, Beck, anything at all on any level ever that made me think you were feminine.
Right. Well, that's the thing is, yeah, and because
Ben, pretty much the same with you.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know when I first met Ben. When I first saw Ben on Neil's channel and everything, I didn't even know, and I like missed part of the interview, and I came in late, and I was like, "Who's this dude?" And then the after party, and then he said something about being trans. I was like, "What the fuck? No way!" I had no fucking idea. No, usually I got radar on for the whole umbrella, but nope, not a fucking clue.
But I'm a good Christian girl.
I'm sorry, I might have to leave, y'all. I got sick.
When you showed me that video you did with those dudes, and you were like presenting female for the act, oh my god, I was just like, there's no way that's fucking Ben. That's no way. There's no way. The only thing that gave me a hint that it could be you was that you were kind of awkward in your skin.
Yeah.
You handled yourself.
I think
this is the one thing I notice about people that are like trans, or if they're lesbians and they don't want to have big breasts, and they do, the shoulders go in.
If I saw you trying to pass as feminine, I don't know if I could take it. It would be almost upsetting to see you try to do that.
But he literally looked awkward doing it, like he was uncomfortable in his own skin. I could tell it. I saw it right away in the fucking film as soon as I saw him.
So I love my boobs. I really do. But I have always felt uncomfortable in dresses. Always. Like, I am posing as somebody I'm not. And like a friend of mine, when Mulan came out, said, "This song's about you." And I was like, no, the Reflection song. And it's just like, holy fuck. And she's like, no, this is like you. And I was like, oh God. And I felt so called out, and I turned like beet red, because I was like, somebody see through this facade.
Well, Spackle, this isn't the most important thing that you just said, but I want to point this out, which is, I also love boobs. Just wanted to...
Good. I'm good. I love them, and I think that they're great. So yeah. But that being said, if you feel like they don't belong on your body, then fucking yeah, it's gotta be horrible.
And if you don't like them, you don't have to come over and talk to me about them. Like, if you're not into boobs, that's fine.
It's just like this. It's like AMABs that are wanting to transition to female, and they do everything they can to hide their genitals.
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing. I spent my entire life walking around like this, like hunched over, trying to hide myself. Didn't even know I was doing it until I put a binder on, and then now I'm like, I walk like this now.
Only because we brought up the
I ain't got
boobies
nothing to
again.
fucking
Are you putting on
worry about.
trucks?
No. This
No.
is I played this earlier in the stream, but just
It's a
because
clip.
we brought up the boobies again, in case you missed this.
I'm gonna go look at them boobies.
I was like, who the fuck did that? I was trying to figure out whose voice it was. Ben was like, it was me. And I was like, what? You just said it so weird. It kind of sounded like you, but not really.
No.
But
I like boobies
yeah, it
too.
happens.
So we're in all
It was
booby family.
breast. I was driving my big, long, hard, shiny throbber through
Into breast. I love driving my hard, shiny.
Just say
throbber
more
through
things like
breasts.
that. Just yeah.
SR, you gotta play trucks with us. This is the whole truck chat. This
I
is
know,
the
you
entire
keep-
truck
Oh
chat.
no! Now
I
we're gonna
know,
go back
you
to
keep-
parking
You
lots.
keep telling me.
No talking about trucks here, not on this stream. Nope.
This is Beck's stream.
I just want to say that when I've had to wear heels, I look like a scared baby deer.
Aw.
Man. Any
Oh,
okay.
by the way, my controller was delivered on Saturday, and my landlord was going to pick it up tonight. So by tomorrow, I'm going to have a new controller. Guess what
Okay,
I'm
but
doing
we'll see
tomorrow
if
night?
Windows 11
Playing
can
trucks.
run trucks. If Windows
It
11
runs
can
trucks
run,
fine.
It runs
It doesn't like my controller.
Oh,
You
okay.
keep asking
I
me.
think
It's
it's
like
because it's a generic.
it's like, do you want to update? Like, did you know your system is eligible? And I'm like, I don't want
Mine
this new
isn't
stuff.
eligible.
But
I don't
I
want
am
this.
not
It's-
updating right now.
I'm getting a Logitech controller that's made for Microsoft.
Yeah, and that's
There you
That's
go.
what I ordered.
you got wind. You on 11? You out? You there?
I guess it updated at some point.
Yeah.
They think it's about the time that
Bex
my
just
fucking
is
jumps in,
okay?
he
controller
thinks.
wonky.
Has your world completely crumbled around you? That's what I'm scared of, honestly. And I know that's weird,
honestly, the big trouble I've had is with my game. Nothing else. Just the controller, just that wireless generic controller I bought for my game.
I
But
mean,
come play trucks with us, SR. Come play. Oh, and Jonathan's another trucker. Jonathan is
Did you
also a
say a
member of
mother
the truck
trucker?
cult. Mother trucker.
Haven't
Mother
played in
trucker.
a hot minute. I was busy with the Arkham series because those went on sale.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to convince SR to play trucks.
Also,
Recommend.
Where's
Star
your
Wars
hat?
is going to be releasing a new expansion, Star Wars Old Republic. Some of us are playing that too.
See, trucks has no right to be as good of a game as it is. It just
really
has no
doesn't.
right to be that good.
It just doesn't. But it's a good simulator.
It's such a good game.
I just want to say to everybody out
Good
there
night,
right
Heather.
now, who's commenting in the chat or in their head right now, and they're saying, Jonathan, what are you doing? There's so much foam there. No.
No, there's
See,
not.
Jonathan knows exactly what he's
Wait,
doing.
that's a lot
Jonathan is
of
pouring
head
a
there.
Guinness. No. Stop that. I appreciate you, Spackle, but hang on just a second. Jonathan knows what he's doing. Okay. I'm gonna let you finish, Spackle, but Jonathan has the best beer pour of the night.
He really
Wait, hold the beer again. Oh, there's less head now. Okay, it's fine
because he knows
Guinness loses the head very quickly, but you
knows what
notice
he's
that
doing.
it's
He knows what
still
he's doing.
tan
Can
down
I-
through here.
where do I
So it's still coming up slowly.
I don't have any Guinness
is
with me right
not-
now.
Oh, I thought that was I thought you were
I'm
drinking
drinking
root beer
coffee.
there.
But
Guinness
Root
is
beer
one of
does
those
look like
that I
root
prefer
beer.
in a keg. Much better in a keg.
well, they do have the draught stout now.
Oh yeah,
which
they
is
do.
pretty good.
It's
There's also a specific nitro stout pour thing, but it's only
Yeah.
available in Ireland, unfortunately.
those damn.
Oh, the thing with
Irish.
the little nitrogen cartridge in it.
Those.
I've had
Yeah.
Guinness
I-
in
I had a
Ireland,
friend
and it is
who had
better.
some
It
here
is better
once.
there.
But
There's
Guinness,
an Irish bar by me run by Irish folks, and they pour Guinness, and it's way different.
it is. But if you get the draught stout rather than just the draft, it's still pretty good.
I'm in craft beer land, San Diego, and like it's funny because like I've been not getting normal beers because there's always these choices for all these craft beers. So I end up trying all these craft beers.
Yeah.
I think I'm a big fan of Belching Beaver. If that ever shows up,
I
in the
have a
store,
Belching
love it.
Beaver in my fridge right now in the middle of
Yes, the
bumfuck
brewery's
nowhere,
here.
Arizona. There's this one liquor store, like literally like not even a half mile down the street from me. And it's like a little mom and pop liquor store. And they have such a good selection. And I'm in nowhere. I am in nowhere,
Nice.
Arizona.
Ben,
And I have that.
I got
cool.
a beer I specifically picked up for drinking on Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'm
Oh,
gonna have
hell
to
yeah.
grab
What is it?
1 second.
Here, I'll be right back too.
I can't drink right now until my stomach recovers. Though.
I mean,
I'm so sad.
I know we were talking about at one point something about the toxicity or trans
Something I don't know.
people.
Something like that, yeah.
But beer is much more important. We should continue.
I mean, we
Beer
should
and
totally
boobs.
Beer
talk
and
about,
boobs.
well, at least boobs.
Oh my
Fuck
god,
beer.
tobacco.
I mean, this is a trans guy stream. We could talk about boobs.
I'm gonna look at them
If you like
boobies.
boobs, if you like the boobs,
I'm gonna look at them movies.
I mean, okay, so I'm thinking of like a perfect Friday night for me, and I'm imagining like me sitting back like a real comfy chair, you know, maybe a blanket or something, and just like a sip of my beer and like boobs, and I'm okay with this. Like this is a
yes,
good night.
man. Yes.
Yeah, maybe a back
More
shoe
like a
movie.
queef.
Oh, Belching.
This is Belching Beaver,
Queefing-
Phantom Bride,
Queefing Beaver.
IPA.
This is
Oh my
Ghost
Queefing
Bride.
Beaver, IPA.
Which one's that?
Ooh.
It's an imperial
What's it called?
stout. Ghost Bride.
Frost.
Oh,
Huh?
Hell yeah.
And it
Hell
just
yeah.
felt super appropriate, like
Is it Frost Bride? Is that what it is?
Ghost Bride.
Oh, Ghost Bride. Okay.
So
And
I
we
wasn't
can
gonna
only
drink
see the
tonight because
OST.
it's Monday, but here we are anyway. It's fine.
SR, I heard the South's been really kicking up craft beers too. What's
oh
that?
man.
Oh yeah. Like
Oh.
even Alabama is getting
Oh.
on it.
Even Alabama. Now hang on.
I mean,
now,
if Alabama's doing it.
now look now.
I
now
was
I'm not.
born in Alabama. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Be
I'm
nice.
not. I'm not from Alabama,
I'm
but
sorry.
I just want to speak for all the South here because I am the representative. We voted on this multiple times, so I speak for all of us when I say that the South is a great place. It has its problems. Now hang on. Now hang on. Now hang on. Now
The humidity. Oof.
yeah, climate's the worst. Yeah.
Just
So it looks
the natural beauty we have
Climate is the worst part.
among
It's just an addition.
my favorite things to experience in the Southeast. So there's a lot of beautiful things and places to look at around here.
And people.
The people are ugly as fuck.
Well, okay. Okay, hang on.
Hey, though, I would be an 8 in Mississippi. I'd be an 8.
The
I'm in California. I'm
personality.
like a 4. I'd be an 8.
Most people look all
We're all
right.
at least an 8 in the
Look
South,
at me.
honey.
I'm in Alabama 10. I'd be like a 2 in California.
You have
so
no idea.
you know
There's
how to
so
use-
many
you know how to
beautiful
use the
people around me.
internet.
I'm
You-
like, oh, okay, guys. I'm just gonna be in this corner.
So for
here.
my friends in the South, Jonathan already knows this, but I might. There's a very strong possibility that I will be spending the month of September in the South.
Yeah.
Well, you just let me know. You just let me know how far
Oh,
you are.
Ben,
away
you're gonna
from
be an
me, man.
11. You're gonna
Tennessee
be an
is a-
11.
Tennessee's
If I
a
was
real easy
Catholic,
place.
I would
to-
like do that.
Yeah,
cross
I'm
thing.
gonna be probably in Georgia.
Now,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
fair,
They need some help medically, though. We need some help medically too. We've had a couple of hospitals closed.
If you happen to be able to
Oh, close.
head
Oh.
over for a little bit,
Well, if you in Georgia, man, you're not that far. You're not that. Atlanta's like
I'm gonna
4
be-
hours from me, man.
whoa,
That ain't-
whoa, whoa.
that ain't
Yeah.
bad.
Atlanta's
That
like
ain't bad.
3 hours from me.
Oh, see,
yeah, I'll
Come
be
on now.
be near. I'll be close to Atlanta.
Yeah, see, this is easy, man. I'm telling you,
should
look,
do-
I used to drive through Atlanta all the time.
Southeast is great, y'all.
There's
I'll
a
be-
gay
I'll
old
be close to
sausage
Atlanta.
shack we should
It's-
meet up at.
Yeah, come to the south
Yeah.
so that. Hang on, did you say there's
So
a
that
sausage
I'm waiting
shack?
for this. What?
Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm gonna look it up in Atlanta. I remember it being there. I'm gonna look up the name of it real quick.
But
No,
the
but
south
we
is-
gotta meet up.
South is
We gotta
great.
meet up.
Yeah, it's really great. Come to the south so that the south will no longer be a cesspool of hatred and transphobia, homophobia, misogyny. Like
Well,
join us here because our hills and our plains they're beautiful. Look at our trees. They're fantastic. I
Look,
promise.
we're already
See,
working
we'll
on
see.
Texas.
That's
Texas
how
is
we
now
prove
turning
God
blue.
is the trees in Alabama.
Right. Come
Yeah, but
down
we'll see.
here, look at our trees, tell them that it's not God, and tell them that gay people are real people, and then we'll be fine. I promise you.
We'll see how good the program is at Fort Benning because
Dallas
that's where
started
it's
turning
an
blue.
interview. It's an interview rotation.
Oh no shit.
I'm Google mapping. I'm Google map questing
You'd tell me it was
the
gonna be
miles
Alabama.
between us right now, Ben.
That's not
So
Alabama.
Hey,
Georgia.
Ben,
We're gonna
Ben, I
find
left a note in private chat. Could you read that, please? It's for you.
You should read it out loud. No, I'm kidding.
No, don't.
Yeah, do not read it out loud. No.
I was kidding. I would never. People write in the private chat for a reason. I would never fucking do that.
Well, I just to answer earlier, I will say there are a lot of really good local craft breweries making all kinds of beer in my area for sure. There's probably in my city alone, there's probably 12. No joke.
Yeah.
And each one of them makes a good whole bunch of stuff. I don't advise anybody to drink alcohol. It is basically poison. But if you're going to do it, I will suggest
there's some good places to go.
I will suggest some really good poison.
No, but we will. No, I want to hang out if we're and like here's the thing though too. Like so I've got 3 audition rotations that I'm planning on doing. So one
nice
at Joint Base Lewis McCord in like kind of near Tacoma, Washington.
Right.
Doing one at Fort Hood in Texas, and then one at Fort Benning in Georgia. So those 3, because I'm doing the auditions there, are more likely to be places that I'm going to be doing my residency at. Although the other options, the other 4 are still on the table because I still have to apply to residency. But there's a good possibility that like any of those 3 I could end up living at for the next like 3 years.
Oh, wow.
3 years. I was
No
going to
big
say,
deal.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's 3 years.
Yep. Ben,
I just hope if you get stuck in the South that it's safe for you.
Yeah, well,
congratulations.
Yeah.
And also on my end, I am going to be touring a college to talk about a doctorate.
Hell yeah.
So
nice.
Cool.
Also, with all the fun,
I'm going
all
to
the
be,
fun stuff.
and I'm going to be going to see A Man About a Horse. Well, no, never mind.
No, but with all the fun stuff, I am trying to plan. Like, and I've been talking to Bolt and Kat about this already, but we're gonna work out details. Because I'm trying to set up where some of my vacation time for this next year goes into May, so I can just basically be done with medical school in April of 2023.
Right.
But I'm trying to set up like a little atheist YouTube community like camping trip in Colorado. Like to celebrate my med school graduation.
Let me know. I'm there.
Yeah,
I can
so
get
like
there fast.
we have to work out a lot of logistics. So like people that are interested, we're gonna pool up like a discussion to figure out kind of like cost and like how to get people places and
right.
Because we want to like make it as like cheap as possible, like for everybody. Like the more things we can split between everyone, the better.
Well, what you do is you look for an Army Corps of Engineers campground. If there's one close to the area you're looking at, that's the cheapest way you can go, and they're usually the cleanest. Yeah. It's
just
true.
don't do it by any high mountains or in the mountains or by any bluffs or anything that scare somebody who's afraid of heights.
Shit, if it's just up to Colorado, I'll check the air in my tires and just take my whole home up there.
Well, and another reason why Colorado would be it, because I'm from there, like it's my home state, but also because I know how many stoners are in this group and how much they would appreciate it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ben. I am personally offended, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
You could buy like an ounce a day or something in Colorado.
Yeah, it's like that here. It's like an ounce a day.
Yeah.
Pretty, yeah.
So who are you calling a stoner?
Like,
well, he's calling me a stoner, of course.
I think most people that come in here happen to be for whatever reason.
I
including
have
myself.
never.
I
I was a
attract
stoner before any of you were.
stoners.
I was a stoner before any of you were born.
It's
See,
probably
the joke was that I was holding a blunt.
Wait a minute, Jenny, you started smoking at 13? Pot?
No, I started at in 1971.
That was before I was born.
That was.
I was
Beck
born
was
in
Literally
79.
the year I was born.
So I met a guy
I'm a 71 baby.
at a
I'm a
grocery
79.
store. I literally just bumped into a guy at a grocery store one
girl's a
time. Like
69.
we were both like standing in an aisle, and we both kind of sort of reached for the same thing at the same time. And then I'm not even kidding.
This sounds like a
guys.
nice meet cute.
No, it was.
And you touched hands and fell in love.
If only. But no, we both reached for something. We like stopped. We talked for like a minute or two, and then at some point he said something, and I just went, and he goes, "Oh man, you smoke pot." But
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't. What are you talking about? And he goes, I laugh like that too, man. I'm high. And I was like, oh well. I just wanted these Doritos, but
I've had
you're
shit
not
like
wrong.
that happen to me. Like I was
Yeah, you're
standing
not
at the
wrong.
ice cream in the ice cream aisle, and I'm looking, and I said, "Man, so many decisions." And this guy just walked by me, and I just kind of said it out loud, and he totally reeked of pot, and he stopped over there to my left, and he was like, "Yeah, man." And we didn't say anything else. And I
Struggles
grabbed
will.
something, and he grabbed something. We went in the opposite directions, but it was just like, "You two, bro." Like all of this looks good right now.
I'm just gonna remind everybody, I live in the South. I live in the South, and here you will go to jail for the rest of your life for a joint. It's absolutely absurd that half of my country, the country, like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I bleed red, white, and blue. I love this country, but
I don't.
Well, I have problems with it, but I'm really upset that half of the motherfuckers that I know can just like sit down and be like, "Oh,
It needs to be.
Hello, Mr. Officer." I hate y'all for that.
SR?
Just a little bit.
Well, if it
This is Delta 8.
All I have to do is pull that
Okay.
card out of my wallet.
Okay. See,
Okay.
and Beck, come on.
Yeah, but
So-
that's
show you
why
mine,
we're
hold
going camping in Colorado.
Delta
So
8
Okay.
is perfectly legal in the state of Alabama, even though weed technically isn't.
And that's a whole nother. I don't want to derail it even further.
It's
but
dumb.
You need to hit me up, man. Hit me up.
There you go.
We'll chat about that. Yeah.
So
Hey Ben,
Card
plan
and
it for
everything.
somewhere. Plan it for somewhere near the fossil fields.
Oh, God.
We're gonna pick a place based on
Sorry, I had to cover up my name. I can't show you the whole card.
ease of access and availability, and also like because we gotta figure out how many people are planning on going first. Because then
What are we? Is this a? I'm sorry. You said cabin in the woods, Colorado sex party. Is that?
No,
just wasn't-
tent.
Well, no, we're
Tent
actually we
camping.
are looking at
Oh.
cabin camping because Catnip can't really do tent
Okay.
camping.
Tent camp because she is a child. Well, there's
Well,
some
she
places
has-
they'll have like a cabin and some tent areas around it with like a shelter
Did I-
area. If we could get something like that that's all close by, then
I
that
just-
would be the ticket.
I gotta
So we're
point
gonna
out.
we'll discuss.
I gotta
our
point
options.
out. Y'all did not. Y'all only denied the camp, the cabin part. Y'all did not deny the sex party
Hey,
part.
if people
That's
want to
all
have
I'm-
a sex party,
Look, if
I
I'm
just-
taking my
no, I'm not
girlfriend,
saying that's
I'm
what we're
having
doing.
sex.
we can
I'm
have
just
a sex
saying.
party for people who want to have a sex party. Like that's
If my
That's
girlfriend
fine.
says I'm not going, then no, I will be a lonely motherfucker thinking about her. But yeah,
if I
I'll have a sex
go,
party in
I
my
better
house.
goddamn have some sex, or you are all hated on my hate list.
but
So-
yeah.
Oh my god, Jenny.
So the trick though is that a lot of places where it's legal, like here in California, there's still laws or rules where you can still get clobbered. So, for
Mhm.
instance, one is if you go through
Glamping.
like the border checkpoint and get pulled over. Another, not through the border, but the checkpoint. Another one is your workplace can bar it and say we can randomly test you and Dun, dun, dun. Even though you're not running heavy equipment and it's just bullshit. Another way is apartment complexes now are putting in a clause saying they can get rid of you if they smell pot. Like,
And I mean, it's
see here, that would be asinine. When I worked in that apartment building, and it was like there was only like 10 empty apartments or 8 empty apartments when I left, and I think there was a total of 144 apartments. And so, well, there was like 5 less than that because of the leasing office and stuff. So I think it was 139 apartments. That's what it was. So every time you walk, there's just pot. The whole place smells like pot. It's legal. They can't do anything. You can't tell someone you have a medical cannabis card. You can't smoke it in your house.
And I think there's really good reason.
Actually, they can.
As somebody that is operating, let's say, a fucking Boeing 747, like, bro, you shouldn't be smoking a fat fucking blunt before you go do that. Just like you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. But I don't think that's what's on the table, right?
The problem is that they don't have any way to test somebody and then go, oh, for you, there's only 2%. I don't know what the percent. I'm just making
there's a problem with
2%
that.
THC in your system, so you're totally sober right now.
And
this guy over here, he's got 2% and he's fucking trash. There's no way to do it. That's the problem. So these companies that have they have machinery or there's liabilities, and they're just afraid they're going to get fucking sued. And I don't.
I'm
blame
talking
them for
about
that.
non-machinery and non.
But
like,
when it comes to like apartments and shit, you can't discriminate in this area because someone has a medical.
Yes, you can. There are places where you can rent that will put in the lease no alcohol.
Area where I live, you cannot discriminate against somebody because they smoke pot.
When I think there's
like own your own little house you're renting. If you're a company, you cannot discriminate against.
This is where I think that the biggest problem is that there's a difference between what the law technically says right now and what is actually right in terms of people, in terms of giving a shit about other people and trying to benefit human beings, and that's the discrepancy. And again, in my area, yes, like you shouldn't in any way, shape, or form be able to tell two people that have a 6-year-old child that love each other and care about this kid. You shouldn't be able to tell them that giving that kid marijuana, stopping that kid from having hundreds of seizures in a week, like that fixes it. You should not tell them that that's wrong. You shouldn't put them in jail. You shouldn't bring them in front of a judge for something like that. For the 20-year veteran that also only receives benefit from smoking pot, like, in no way is that right to say that they can't do that. That's absurd. But the law in my area is one where I'm not even joking, y'all. I have a picture of this that I took at a stoplight. I was sitting behind this car that has printed on the vehicle, not some shitty sticker, but they paid extra. Make sure this detailing was nice on the back of a police vehicle that says this car was paid for by drug bus.
Wow.
That's how they paid for that vehicle. They arrested people. They arrested people with marijuana. Now, there are bad people. There are bad people that do it. I'm not in any way, shape, or form disagreeing that. Same thing with pornography. There are bad people that are a part of it. But let's not, in the process of trying to get rid of the bad people, demonize the absolutely consenting adults that give a shit and are benefited by this in a lot of ways. Like,
do you know I have self-medicated with marijuana for over 30 years now.
And there are a lot of people. When I wasn't
self-medicating with it before I got it legally like I do now, but when I wasn't, and I had I was a truck driver and I couldn't smoke, I was pretty fucking miserable. It helps me so
SR,
much.
you got to
with
remember
my
also that
anxiety
the
and
people who
ADHD and my PTSD, it's ridiculous. And people want to see it as something evil. No, go worry about meth and fucking heroin that are killing people. It's laced with fentanyl. Worry about that. Don't pot. The worst someone's going to do is what? Overhydrate or fall asleep.
Well, no, the
they
worst
might eat too
thing
much.
you can do with
They
pot
might
is
go into a 7-Eleven and steal a bag of chips.
maybe drive or do a surgery or something. Like, I mean, you can
I
do some
drive
terrible
all the
things with
you should
time,
pot.
not
but
do.
I
Yeah.
don't smoke a whole bunch of
SR,
it.
you got to remember
I
that the
keep it
people who
tapered
would
all
be
day.
making the laws that would make these decisions about marijuana usage, even though it's in a legal state, are the same people who are trying to take all healthcare options away from all transgender people.
Because yes, and not totally trying to make it about this, but this does get me a little hot. I've had maybe one, maybe two of these stouts, but yeah, there is a goddamn Christian fucking bullshit garbage element right now going on in the laws regarding medicine and healthcare for so many of us. And it is absolutely 100% un-American. Absolutely. It is in no way, shape, or form is it right with our Constitution. You want to go that route with it, wave your fucking flag, talk about red, white, and blue USA. Like, fine, MAGA piece of shit. Like, America is about making sure that the citizens of this country, whether they're trans, whether they're black, whether they're atheist, gay, I don't give a fuck. You're American and you deserve medicine. And if that comes in the form of marijuana, or that comes in the form of ibuprofen, or that comes in the form of surgery, like, you absolutely deserve that.
That's right.
There's no who in the world could possibly disagree with that statement?
So I have a question. So if God made everything, like if God made all of the plants and they were good, then why did he make marijuana for us to not use?
Man,
there are a lot
Amen.
of liberal Christians and progressive
Amen,
Christians
brother.
that go, God called all the plants good. And so they make an argument based on
But
that.
also,
Man created
True.
alcohol. God created pot. Who are you going to trust?
yeah, but also, so I dated this guy back when
Pot.
I was like a fundamentalist, and this guy, like, his entire personality was his religion, and it was so weird. But like, the cognitive dissonance, even within certain groups of Christians, where this guy would not drink alcohol because he thought it wasn't Christian. I'm like, Jesus literally drank
He
alcohol.
turned water into wine.
He made alcohol.
His blood.
Like, one of his
Ask
miracles.
Bold. He knows all about it.
Paul
Like,
wrote
what?
Timothy and said, "Oh, Timothy, you're having stomach problems, Timothy. Well, what helps me is some wine." Like,
But
Paul
like,
told Timothy to do that.
Yeah.
There's some wonderful people out there that make content on a lot of different platforms, and they attack like young earth creationism and like flat earth and like that kind of realm of people, especially when they're using Christianity and the Bible. And one of the best things I ever heard from one of them was just like, whoever it was, and again, I'm blanking. It could be the time of day, it could be the alcohol. I'm not a doctor, but
I'm only an engineer, Jim.
They said because it was like Kent Hovind saying his normal bullshit, and they paused it and they were like, dude, like, I love Jesus, and you don't have to deny fucking clouds to love Jesus. Like clouds are what they are, you know? And I love that, because it's like, yeah, man, like you don't have to go like full hail Satan to just say like, so blood transfusions are a really well tested thing, and we're pretty sure about them.
Saved
we're
a shit ton
So-
of lives. With
yeah,
them,
we do a good job with 'em.
every day, every hour.
Like
So a couple things.
Yeah, we know a lot about blood. It's
A couple of things. First of all, that pussy looks high as fuck.
Say that
Rub my
again.
belly. Rub my
That
belly.
pussy on Beck's lap. That pussy looked. It was just
I
sitting
don't
there
know
like.
if he's high. He just loves it, man. He never used to let me touch his belly, and he would attack me. And then one day, I got him over on his back, and I started rubbing it, and he wants
Dude,
it every day now.
But, and then the
Hotboxing's
second
real.
thing, hold on. The second thing though is that like just look at the trees because that's all the evidence you need.
Just look
But
at the trees.
don't look. But don't
This is
look at the
God.
clouds because the clouds are a hoax. The clouds are a scam.
Yeah, or the rocks. Don't look at the clouds. Don't look at the rocks. Either
Well,
of them are
rocks
going
are
to
atheists,
rocks
so you have to
rocks are
ignore the rocks.
atheists, so you can't listen to the rocks.
What's fascinating is there is a whole bunch of Christians that aren't science deniers. It's just the most
Oh, a lot of them.
powerful Christians deny quite a lot of science. So like the most powerful evangelicals are vaccines are tyranny. You know, those folks, those are the people, or all abortions have to be banned just across the board because, you know, and then as soon as the baby's born, they're like, well, see ya.
Do y'all know,
Like,
do y'all know,
Yeah.
do y'all know Crafty Keela? Y'all know?
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
Crafty.
Okay. I love
like Crafty.
Crafty. And she has a really, really good, it's long and it's super rough, so totally warning. But she has a whole talk on her channel about the experience that she had going through an abortion in a place that, because
Ireland, yeah.
Ireland had, oh my God, the fucking garbage laws. Ireland, whew. But
Several
anyway,
women died in Ireland. Actually,
it's insane. It's insane, and it's insane that my country. Again, I'm sorry, but I love America. I know that's weird, and I could go through a long explanation. I'm not going to do it, but red, white, and blue is my veins. But the point is, how dare we try to take this away? I'm so infuriated that we're even considering it. Like, how could the Supreme Court not instantly shoot down these lawsuits in Mississippi and Texas? There's no there's no question from a legal standpoint. This has absolutely nothing to do with the precedent that has been set and the Constitution as it has been interpreted. There's no way, shape, or form that these should even come up. They should be shut down, and you should tell the motherfuckers, hey, I'll do the fun subreddit of explain it to you like you're 5, because apparently you are. Sit down. Human beings get to control their body, and we're done. You can go home now. Like, there's no justification. There's no justification.
May I say something?
Yeah, I'll shut up.
All of these bills that are going on right now are just like the 2015 Supreme Court decision on gay marriage. That they won that case ultimately because they were able to prove that the language that is used in the anti-sodomy laws and anti-marriage rights laws and stuff was motivated strictly from a religious standpoint. And that because, of course, we supposedly are separation of church and state, therefore you can't be making laws like that say this sort of thing. And so it was ultimately decided that, gay people can get married. Well, all these laws that are coming down the pike right now are all religiously oriented. I mean, we all know that. We just look at them, we hear them, and right away.
So some of them.
However, they have learned from that 2015 decision, and they have learned enough to write these laws in such a way so that they don't touch on any of the religious tenets that would define them as a religious law. And so they're showing themselves as very difficult to take, to get through on the court basis as unconstitutional.
I think that's I think that's absolutely great point. Yeah, they've gotten better. They've gotten better.
Yeah,
And
and they're highly organized. They've got huge funding through the Heritage Foundation and other particularly billionaires.
Koch brothers.
And one a lot more than just the Kochs, maybe.
Well, Alec was another one that I hate that.
Yeah, Alec's up there too, but they're not so much funding as writing laws. But they're not writing these laws. These laws, like I'm thinking of the trans bans that are going down. Those were all written with the cooperation of Focus on Family and the Family Research Council, funded by the Heritage Foundation, and sent out to the various states, and are pretty much boilerplate in every state. That they're using the exact same law and just changing the name of the state, except where they forget to. And
you got me a bit hot, Jenny. I'm gonna say this. So my state, once again, Tennessee. Just real quick, it's not terribly important, but a state where like most of the fucking state Senate, Congress, and House of Representatives doesn't show up to do their fucking job, so other people push their buttons and vote for them. That's beside the point. But anyway, so the bill got passed.
But yet we pay them like they're working full time.
And vote for I
think they should get paid for however many hours. They should go clock in.
Yeah, like the rest of the world.
Clock in, give them minimum wage, don't let them trade stocks.
They need to have accountability. They're the public servants, for goodness sake.
And we need an age cutoff.
Just a side
for
point.
McConnell house and stuff.
Just a side point.
After a certain age or so many years, they need to get the fuck out of there.
Mitch McConnell's damage.
Good old boys in there, fucking making all the calls.
Mitch McConnell's damage to our Supreme Court and holding off and stuff like that. That's all Mitch being held hostage by Kentucky. Fucking Kentucky.
Yeah.
And
those
my
little shits.
That body in my state decided that the right thing to do, the most important thing out of name a problem in my area, but was to ban yeah, right. I mean, so many others too. Just our bridges are falling apart. Like, yeah, people getting pregnant, but our bridges are falling too. Like, also that, right?
That's the infrastructure of the entire United States.
There's no gender, there's no race, there's no religion. Like, you want to die on a bridge? But anyway, like, we decided out of all the things that are most important that trans women shouldn't compete in high school sports. And it's like a page and a half, I think. It might be just a page, but I think it was a page and a half with all the like technical people that signed on and sponsored. And the point is, I read through that because, you know, it wasn't that long. And at the end of it, the first thought that came to my mind, and I felt weird about this, but the first thought that came to my mind was like, I guess technically trans men could still compete, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And I was happy that they were so ignorant that they just completely forgot. But obviously I was like, well, you're still, first off, you're not even, look, if you're gonna be bigoted and discriminatory, at least do a better job of it.
Yeah, but
right?
the second you have an 18-year-old who's been on testosterone for 2 years, competing, they are going to lose their fucking shit.
It just baffles me. It just
or even better, walk into any damn bathroom or any locker room.
Yeah, and we pass some we pass some stupid shit about that too, and it was just like, again, of all the fucking things that you could care about, of all the things, guys, like, because it is, let's just be honest, like in my state, in Tennessee, it's like mostly white dudes. And I mean, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but come on, this is just insane. It's just ridiculous at this point. There's no There's no reason anybody is justifying this. You're standing up in public and you're just saying, "Hey, those people, fuck them." I don't care
what
happens.
bothers me most about the debates and the arguments that go on is that they're not only taking a person like me or Ben here or B and shredding us morally as just because we're trans, we're pedophiles and all these other horrible things, but they take this biological science, and they say everything about the biology of differentiation, sex differentiation, except to the point up to the point where they stop is where the genes that create the physical thing that they're all griping and whining about also creates those portions of the mind
and they
make the person experience the gender.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit about the science. They don't care what the science says, because the moment that the science says, like, hey, did you also know that, like, the Earth is pretty definitely older than 6,000 years? They're like, no, science can't date rocks, but science
and it's round.
But science can definitively tell you 100%, just no question, no differentiation, nothing out there that may or may not have discrepancy with these categories. But man and woman in science is probably the most assured thing. But again, rocks, dating, clouds, shape of the earth,
they're also
vaccines,
really
just
my brother would say, SR, he would say that the Earth as a planet was already here and that God added stuff to it.
And that could be true, but
which
God
makes way more sense to me that he just planted some fucking trees and shit.
God added vaccines and trans people and on around fucking Earth. And trans people are real and vaccines work. Like, and the Earth is round. Like, sure.
There you go.
Yeah. B, I can't ever predict what your brother's gonna say. Like, I just don't know.
I know, me either. He blows my mind all the time. I mean, I know some of the stuff that him and I have talked about. I could tell you, like, stuff like that. Like, no problem. Because we've talked about it so many times.
Ben's told me he wants to...
Because I pick apart everything, of course. I'm not going to just go, oh, okay. I'm like, well, what about this? And he's like, no, da-da-da-da. Christians are wrong.
And that's...
Yeah, but what would they say this? And he's like, yeah, but you're thinking like a Christian. And I'm like... Oh, let me reshape my mind around this and forget what they said and listen to what you're saying instead of mixing the two. And if you can do that, it's an entirely different conversation with him. And it's fucking amazing. But you have to forget what the Christians have been trying to tell everybody this whole time. Or organized religions in general.
I think that's important with anything. If you're genuine about this is what I really like Katie Montgomery. I really enjoy a lot of her shit. Like, I know
this sounds like a crush.
Well, I'm not going to admit to it on stream.
Katie's great. Katie's great.
Yes. I know
She's
she hasn't
fuck.
been. Oh, okay. So her and just real quick, since y'all, I was just gonna say it and move on. I wasn't gonna admit to my crush, but
too blonde, too tall.
You didn't have to.
What is it? The XX Factor, when she was doing that with Krista. I don't know if y'all have seen. I think that was her name, but I really enjoyed that. Like, that was really good. Both of them were just phenomenal in those episodes. So I guess just plug for that. But anyway, oh God, y'all got me. Now, I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say, but now I'll just end it by saying, yeah, I guess I have a crush on Katie Montgomery.
That was
who doesn't have a crush on Katie
No,
Montgomery?
there was a
Who
point.
doesn't,
I
though?
swear there was.
No,
everybody has a crush on Katie
Everyone has a
Montgomery.
crush on Katie Montgomery.
There was a
I do
more
not.
important point to what Beck was
not.
saying. I was
She's too
I
thin
was
for me. She's too
connecting.
tall. She's blonde, blue eyes, does nothing for me.
I swear I had more.
No,
It's not my type.
no. It's because you couldn't be her daddy.
Well,
I probably would have fucked Arden though before I met Heather, but otherwise, no, Katie never did anything for me.
Katie's a metalhead. Like
Arden's pretty hot.
Oh, I love both of them. I love both
Katie's
of
a
them. They're both
metalhead.
great.
Arden's pretty hot. Yeah.
And I do love Arden too, but if I had to choose, if I had to pick,
I'm hashtag Team Arden.
I'd be Team Katie.
I said that because
I'm both. I'm team both. They're both.
If I had to, if I'd have to pick, I'd say it's going to be a threesome.
yeah. That's my answer. That's my answer. Yep. Yeah. Well, I met Arden in real life, so so did Jonathan.
I did.
We met Arden in real life.
We partied hard.
We did party. We did shots.
How tall is Arden?
I became king of the lesbians.
You did become king of the lesbians. That did happen.
Was that voted on, or was that just like
it actually was voted on?
It was more like
it actually
king of
was
the hill.
voted on.
King of it.
I always picture Arden like 5'5" or something.
She was like 5'7",
5'7". Okay, I could see that.
God, I wish I was 5'7", 5'6".
I like being 5'9".
I wish I was taller.
You wish you were.
I like being 5'9".
See, I wish I was anything taller than 5.
I'm 6'12".
Whatever.
6'12".
Anyways,
so if you're
I'm just not
5'9", if you're 5'9", Jonathan, you know that you're technically 69 inches.
I know.
I just wanted to work that into.
Yes.
Yes. You got a crush on me now?
Well,
that was my goal originally.
Again, I'm just
69 inches.
174 centimeter.
Ooh. We should go. Okay. I don't want to derail again, but we should go to metric. We should. Like, it's better. It's better.
The metric system was first introduced to the American Congress in the late 1700s, and it was refused because it was considered to be blasphemous.
Yeah, sure.
And those are the same people that will still say the same thing today.
And I remember it was, what is it? Was it the 6th or 7th commandment that Moses brought down where it said, "Thou shalt not ever use the metric system. Milliliters are heresy."
And then I think it tells you to use cubits, but everyone's going to ignore that.
Yeah. And then it really had a problem with how you had sex with people. Like it's like, come on, God, make your mind up. Do you care about measurements or do you care about?
And there was the whole book for erotic poetry. That was pretty good. I will climb his tree and eat of his fruit.
Some about fawns. Your breasts are fawns or something. Like, I've never thought that. I've looked at a lot of tits in my days, but I've never looked at them and just thought, baby deers.
I have thought about climbing trees and eating fruit, though.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Like a little sex monkey.
Ben, I think we got that crisis under control here.
Oh, good. That's good.
I've never had that happen before.
Yeah,
I wonder what my INR
got
is.
that under control.
Will you look at that rash, or you still not?
We can talk later.
That? Okay. Yeah.
I think if I told you, I had a derm case this week. Well, this last week. I did derm cases last week. I did a good job on it though. But it's like the least, I think every med student's least favorite question is when your attending looks at you and says, "Describe the rash," because you're about to give an essay about that rash.
There are so many rashes.
Because you have to, that's why you have to describe it in great detail.
You better be exact.
And I did.
You better have measurements and height.
I presented to this attending as like, we have a diffuse maculopapular rash that is blanching, and it's on like all of these regions, and like here's all of the things that were different and all the things that weren't different, and like here's the history of allergies, a history of sun exposure. Like it was nuts.
And just to be clear, brother, you theoretically, not saying this is the case that you had, but theoretically, if that was on a random stranger's butthole, you would have to describe in that detail
if it was my patient and I was presenting to my attending. Yes.
Absolutely.
And that is what I would have to put in my documentation of exactly what I saw. Yes.
I so appreciate you and people like you, because I couldn't. There's no way. There's no way.
We're taught how to do this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I really value that.
I mean, don't think it doesn't kind of make me think it's a little weird sometimes, SR, the fact that my girlfriend gives prostate exams. But
well, not that often.
Yeah.
Not that often anymore.
Not very often.
But
It's
even
not-
still,
Yeah.
it's
She's had a couple of guys that had some issues, and she helped
It's
confirm
not-
that they were right, and they went and got help. So
at
that
no
was good.
point.
Yeah,
at
it's
no
not as
point-
common as people like to think it is, because it's
No,
not
it's because
standard.
they had
It's not
they
standard
had
anymore.
They had a mass in there. They had prostate cancer, and they knew something was wrong, and she had to go check.
Let
shit
me
before she
let
sent
me
them somewhere.
let me put it like this. Let me get real philosophical with it. Is there
philosophy.
Is
Just
there
kidding.
even a 1% chance that the possibility of a prostate exam comes up in your day? Like, is that even at 1% for you? That it could happen today? I'm
could.
here.
You mean a medical need or a personal request?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the prostate exam and why we don't do them. So I have a whole video about sensitivity and specificity. And if your intervention or if your test is not going to change what you're going to do about it, there's no point. Especially if it's a low yield and a very invasive. If it's not going to change much about what you do about it, there's no point in doing it. And the fact is, with digital rectal exam, it's very unlikely that you're actually going to pick something up on it and be correct. A lot of times, even if you have cancer there, you're not going to detect it.
I feel like you're
Wait, when you say digital rectal exam, you mean shoving a finger up a butt, yeah?
Yeah,
Dr. Jellyfinger.
It's so not sensitive.
But is there?
There's a
yes
small
or no?
chance.
Is there
a small
at
chance.
least a 1% chance tomorrow?
Probably, but
there
it's
is
just
there
like-
is guaranteed 0% chance for me, and I value anybody
Same.
that knowingly wakes up and says to themselves, "There is at least a 1%." It is 0 for me. It is 100% all day, 0%, and anybody that it is higher than that person absolutely.
I can tell you
deserves-
that. I would say, we'll say every month to 2 months that might happen.
See,
But you
but
can
that's
guarantee
still
in a 2-month time, there's a pretty good chance of it happening.
that's still more than me. I feel like
I know
feel
it's
like
less than that. It's a less chance than that.
I'm just
I
guessing.
could
because
I could
it's so
guarantee-
not sensitive.
I could
of a test.
guarantee in the next full year, the entire rest of 2022, I'm never gonna have to do a prostate.
I mean,
exam.
I think it's pretty sensitive, but
Well, it's that
my
kind of
butt-
sensitive.
It's my butthole.
Statistically, it's not sensitive.
No, well, you're also talking about trying to feel it with a finger.
Yeah.
It's not.
Ben, you
With a
talking about
glove on it.
You talking about
So could you get
mathematics
better
here
results if
versus
you were tongue
personal?
punching it?
Yeah,
We're
I'm
not
talking
talking
about
about the
stats. I'm
asshole
talking
being
purely about
sensitive.
stats.
We're talking about the
If
finger.
you have
not
someone
being
who's
able to
experienced
detect that
enough, you
kind
can
of
do a rectal exam with a speculum.
Yeah, but they don't really do that.
I don't think it's
They don't do that much.
commonplace, but yeah,
No.
I think if you know what you're doing, yeah, I mean, but I yeah, it's 0% chance for me, and anybody that it's higher than that absolutely deserves your respect. Like, you should just
You know what though? I mean, I may be joking about the prostate and exaggerating the prostate exam thing, but she definitely, I can guarantee you, she's seen more pussy in her life than I have, and she's straight.
Yeah.
That I can guarantee. Well, plus she did hysterectomies for like 4 years.
I got to imagine though, it's not sexy at all. Like of course I'm a responsible.
It doesn't bother me though with
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
I always thought it would.
Yeah.
Like I
and
was like, I could
get
never
that.
date like an OBGYN, but it doesn't. She does PAPs all the time. Every single day of her work day, which is at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5, one day out of the month on a Wednesday. She just stopped working Wednesdays like 3 months ago or something. She was like, God, I need a fucking break. I'm tired. So she's starting to do like extra exams and stuff. People she couldn't fit in on Wednesdays, one Wednesday of the month. So all the other days. So I'm going to say 16 days out of the month, she does at least, I'm going to average to 3 PAPs.
Yeah.
And she's been doing that for years.
And
she has so many female patients that are in that range of still needing them and stuff.
I feel like,
and because most of them request female providers to do that. So like even someone like
she has equally a number of male patients too. She has a lot of
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that most female patients prefer a female
Oh,
provider
yeah.
to do those.
Yeah, of
so like
course.
even a female provider is going to have more PAPs to do than a male simply because of preference.
Oh yeah. I was just talking about her as an individual. I wasn't generalizing it with
they've always
male and female doctors or anything.
They've always.
But I knew in Virginia there are a handful of male OBGYNs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They exist, but they don't have as many patients usually just because of preference. And
right.
Yeah.
I once knew an OBGYN who's, honest to God, this is not a joke. His name was Dr. Beaver.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're going to be a doc and your last name's Beaver and you don't go with OB, I'd be very, very disappointed.
So
very
just as a general rule, I think in life, start with humor. And to be honest, I mean, Dr. Beaver, it's just you nailed it.
He was a really nice guy too. He died real young though, unfortunately.
Oh man! But are you ever going to be satisfied just being Mr. Beaver?
I feel like it would have been a little bit better if he was a DO, and then you could call him DO Beaver, and then when you write it out, it's Do Beaver.
I mean, but in fairness,
so should I do that? Should my YouTube when I become when I get my when I get my my medical degree, since I'm gonna be DO, should my new channel name just be Do Ben?
Ooh.
Well, it might get you some action.
Do Dr. Ben.
Yeah, you do it D-O Ben, and then we'll just call you. Oh, we got to go over to Do Ben's channel. Who's Do Ben? Oh, you got to check out Do Ben. Like you should do Ben.
You should do Ben.
There is something about Himalayan salt dildos or something. I mean, so it's kind of like you've already set yourself up for it. You've already set yourself up for it.
Oh, well, but you heard what the Sabbath is in the Church of Bob, right?
Oh, please tell me.
It's Butt Fuck Tuesday.
It's Butt Fuck Tuesday.
Oh, that's
that's tomorrow. Ben. Tomorrow's Butt Fuck Tuesday. What are we doing?
Yeah, it just happens to be T-Day for me too. Thanks for that, Ben. But anyways, apparently it's Butt Fuck Tuesday.
Butt Fuck Tuesday. Also, which is fun because the perspective airs on Butt Fuck Tuesday.
At least I'll have it on Hump Day then, instead of Butt Fuck Tuesday.
Getting back to seriousness, and what you guys were saying before, I would never, ever, to the day I die, feel comfortable with a man doing a pelvic on me. Just not a chance. It's just not going to happen.
No, I can see that.
Yeah, and that's valid. That's totally valid. Like you're allowed to have those requests.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, anytime that I've ever gone to get like an STD checkup to make sure that I'm safe for any of my partners or anything, like if it ever has been a woman, they're in my area, they're legally required to bring in another person, whether that person is male or female, it doesn't matter. But and in any of those moments, they've always like said something to me like that, and I've just been like, yeah, I understand. And to be honest, I don't think any of us are having a great time in this moment. But we're just gonna do what we gotta do and get on with it. And they're like, yep.
Yeah, I always bring a chaperone. If there's anything that needs to be in a private area, I always bring a chaperone.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
can I make a?
And by the way, real quick, we were talking about women preferring female docs. It's really funny to me, but I'm starting to think that a lot of the male the men that have issues with their genitalia, whether it's testicular or their penis or anything down in that area, I think they don't want another guy to know something's wrong because they're okay talking to a woman about it. And it took me forever to think of, oh, it's easier to say to a woman, I have a problem with my balls. They don't want to admit to another man that they have an erectile problem or that
No, I
they
think
have a ball
I don't think that's
issue
it.
or whatever. Because we have a lot of guys that they have multiple doctors and they will call and say, no, I want to speak to Heather about this. Like, I think something's wrong. Like they
don't think
trust
that's
her
it.
and they know they can go to her. What's that?
I don't think that's it. I think it is. You get a lot of men who will request a female doctor because they are afraid that having a male doctor is gay.
Well, I'm sure
so much of it comes down to the frailty of the male ego.
But also,
it's just,
also, there's men that don't want a woman to see their penis not working, so they'll go see a guy and take a chance with that, and rather have a guy judging than a woman. So it just depends on.
Speaking of that, though, you all should, if you're on Twitter, go follow Ashley Winter. She's a cis woman and she's a urologist and she's also a stand-up comedian and she is so fucking funny. I love her.
What's her name again?
Ashley Winter. She's a urologist and a stand-up comedian and all of her posts are gold. They are so funny.
I think it would
she can not only help you have a tent in the morning, she can tell you jokes about it.
Oh yeah, no, she's
I would want my urologist to be a comedian.
What's
I feel
she
like
look
that's
like?
right.
Oh, MD urologist, Ashley G. Winter.
Though, can I just point out? Can I just point out, Ben, earlier, you said, Ashley, the urologist, her tweets are gold.
Yeah.
Did you? Was that purposeful, or did you
literally
just?
what they said?
Yeah. It's intentional.
So it's a picture of a guy saying, "What kind of woman becomes a urologist, anyways?" And it's her. Well, a woman, maybe her. I don't know. I can't tell. Saying a very bright, enterprising woman who wants to make dicks and butts better.
She has some funny tweets.
Like touche,
about
right?
penises.
Those are great.
Well, urology isn't just a male science, is it?
Oh no, because you can have like urogyne is a subspecialty of urology. So like anything involving the urinary tract, like they can do. Although it requires more of a specialization to be able to be urogyne, but because they're surgeons. But like it's sexual medicine is what it comes down to, and it's from both sides, from OB-GYN and from urology. They're doing some really important work in sexual medicine and destigmatizing like sexual health, and it's so important, and they're doing a really good job.
Wow, I was just accidentally came across the shit that Kitty's working on for the auction. Some pretty impressive stuff, man. I saw one earlier and I showed it to Heather, and I said, "What do you think of that?" And she was like, "That's really nice." I said, "Yeah, Kitty made that herself from scratch," and she was like, "Yeah, no shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's." Like that, I mean, hold on. And by the way, speaking of the auction, everything's starting March 4th. Thank you for letting Jenny back in. Again. Starting March 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Ben's Twitch. And then we're moving over to mine. And then we're going to just do a 24-hour stream, longer if we get more help. If you guys, anybody wants to help just stream or wants to help chill out shit and help Diana, let me know. If you want to stream or be part of auctioning, or you have stuff you can make, like Jonathan, he makes like these cool woodworking shit. And so, you know, all these different people are making stuff. Kitty's making like bags, and I think like, I don't know, she has all kinds of shit she makes. It's crazy. If you can sew it, she's made it.
I'm doing a food challenge.
Bags and aprons and oven mitts and just all kinds of odds and stuff around the house. Anyway, so if you guys want to help, this is what Kitty's been working on. Look at that shit. I mean, that looks uber fucking professional.
I've agreed to
she's not even done yet.
Chat with Ben, but this food challenge thing, I don't know if I'm there.
You don't know the food challenge is going to be during trivia night, not during our stream.
You're
no, the food challenge is during trivia night. When we kick it off. Yeah, did SR? Did you hear what my food challenge is? Do you know what I'm doing?
You've
Yeah,
told
go
me
and check
something.
it, baby.
I mean,
Yeah.
man,
Ox.
man. Mm.
But yeah, no, SR. I've signed up SR to come on, and I'm hoping we can get some other people from the perspective to do a little thing together about philosophy, like maybe like not
We'll
like a debate, but just like an open discussion about something very, philosophical and
We'll tell them-
atheisty.
We'll tell them that they don't have a fundamental metaphysical grounding for the instantiation of absolute reality or some nonsense.
Like Julie the
No,
parking
I don't.
lot.
Oh well.
Julie the Omni parking lot.
There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
we'll think of
Ox,
some
copy
topic
it and
that we
put it in a
can
word or something.
discuss.
No,
I
do we have
also
the right
didn't have a
Jenny up here
blowjob
now?
Today, but we can't have
I don't
everything
know
we
which
want,
one is
can
the
we?
right Jenny. This
Jenny,
is the
are you
new
there?
Jenny.
Jenny, are you there?
Jenny, are you okay? You okay?
Are you okay, Jenny? Are you okay, Jenny? Oh,
I don't know which one is the real Jenny.
okay. Well, the other one dropped because I didn't kick it
Okay.
off.
Okay. Cool.
So this must be the good one. This is the good Jenny. The other one's the failing Jenny. We'll just get rid of that one. We'll keep going.
Evil twin.
The wailing
Evil
Jennies.
twin. Fuck that evil twin.
Another music reference.
I have
Oh,
one
but
too, but I call it
other Jenny came in.
Which one's the real one?
Jenny.
one's the
Oh,
real
I
Jenny?
heard a noise. That's the real.
Which
Jenny.
one do I shoot? That, to be fair, that
Don't
would
kick
not
that
actually
one.
be my instant reaction to seeing a double of somebody. I don't understand why it is.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Hey, there's the real Jenny.
Aha!
God, she
Huzzah to
dropped
the
it again.
Jenny.
Huzzah to the tipper.
Huzzah to the salute.
Nobody tips me, but I had to say it because
It's okay. I don't
that's
get
my
tips
shtick.
either.
I got to do it.
I haven't made a fucking dime off of any of this.
Commit to the bit. You gotta
I've been-
commit to the bit.
I've been making like $25 an hour. I've been getting paid real well. Like your contract needs to be updated, y'all. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you
I've
not
made
with the
$3 off
Illuminati?
of Teespring.
Oh no, I pay. I literally pay to
So I
work
feel
a
good about
full-time
that.
job.
Mm.
I literally
guys should get-
pay people to
guys
let
should
me
get-
work for them.
Nah, you guys should get in with the cabal, the new world
And by the
order.
way,
yeah.
Ox and you other guys, I have already set up my stream for 9 p.m. No, 11 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 10 p.m. where you're at, Jenny. On YouTube to do my 2 hours for the Lavender Lady Diana. So mine is already out there, and if you guys are subscribed to me as you should be, and I'm sure you all are, you should be able to grab it and share it out. And so grab that. And Ben can also. Ben, have you set yours up yet?
Well,
On
my
Twitch?
Twitch I didn't, because Twitch you don't really schedule ahead of time. But that's my usual trivia
Okay.
time, and then our SR and our philosophy, whatever we decide to talk about, is going
Right.
to be during my normal medical myths time. So
Right.
I snagged that slot.
I forgot to go back and look, and I should grab another slot.
Check the calendar, man.
What day is this happening?
March 4th and 5th.
Shit, that's it. Is that in my email? Is that what we did? Is it on Twitter? DM? Where is it? The
It's
slot one.
It's in the Twitter. Oh, well, the slots, only a few of us have access to the
I
schedule,
do, but,
and that's over Google Drive.
Let me see. Here we go.
But also, Jonathan, I gotta talk to you about slots. If
I got
Nat One Heroes wants to do something,
I think people are interested. We just need to know what times are available before anybody commits to anything.
okay.
That being said, as big as the crew's getting now, I can probably get enough people together for a game.
Because
You're
I'd be
going
down
at
to join in
noon?
too.
You're going at noon for 1 or 2 hours with SR.
I have us scheduled for one because I don't want to take everyone else's slots.
Okay, so if nobody takes that 1 hour slot, you'll probably go over and fill it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I know it's like prime time for people to try to get in during that Saturday daytime. So
Right.
I'll leave it as an hour for now.
On-
and
I'm
on
trying
the
to decide
5th.
if I want to do an hour or 2 hours.
On the 5th,
I don't
right,
know. You
Ben?
think I could do
Yeah,
just
on
a
the 5th.
2-hour stream?
I got 2 hours if you want.
we can do 2 then. I'll take the extra slot then.
Yeah. If
All
you
right.
Yeah.
want.
What all is available on the 5th? And are we talking Eastern or Central?
Central or nothing, bro. What?
We have on the schedule all the time zones are listed.
Literally,
So-
and if you look at it, you kind of go,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?" Oh, there I am.
There is
Yeah.
one
Um,
time zone.
Is there a link I could hit up?
No, you have to tell us where you want us to put you in. There's only so many of us that have access.
Okay.
I'm
That's
tempted
why
to
I'm
just
asking
give
what's
Jonathan
available.
access because
Okay, hold on.
Jonathan's safe.
Ben,
My
Ben,
scheduling gets complicated. I'm just throwing that out there.
I will
Jonathan,
advocate for Jonathan to have access.
Don't do this. Don't put your neck out like that, Ben. You're on live stream right now. Don't make that commitment that you're gonna.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just we don't want everyone in there because it'll get too crazy.
You're gonna add.
I've taken not a judgment call. Just I've taken to using the word wild where I want to use the word crazy because I'm trying to get that out of my vocabulary.
No, I appreciate.
Yeah, I've been trying to do the same thing too.
Appreciate that.
What?
Appreciate.
Yeah, I
Get
can.
what out
I
of your
could even just
vocabulary?
give you
The word crazy.
Oh,
screenshot
crazy. Yeah.
of the time.
I never mean it mean. If I say it, it's usually because I'm picking on myself.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Still.
I've got a history of mental illness, so
Still.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working on that
no,
too.
trust me, that's
Okay,
pretty much been
I
my
got
life since I was 18,
screenshots.
Jonathan. I
I
understand.
got screenshots.
Okay.
I'm going to send you the screenshots
totally
of the
get it.
schedule, Jonathan.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Real
so
quick
let's,
here though, sexual rarity sounds like a Tumblr channel from like
Streamer channel
2013
Oh, I did that.
ish.
So you're saying. So I just want to make this known. You're saying not only am I dated, but
You trying to fuck cartoon ponies? is what I'm saying.
Now, look, if you're not kind of attracted to cartoons, like what cartoons are you watching? Because I have a problem with your selection of media, I guess. Like there are a
See,
lot of hot cartoons out there. Are you guys?
Am I attracted to the cartoons, or am I attracted to the representation of shame and regret I see on TV?
Or the voice actors? Like, I mean, maybe you're just into that voice, bro. Like, I don't see a problem if you're
Tara
attracted,
Strong
you're
as
attracted.
Harley Quinn, or animated series Batman.
It's only animated series. There's no other Harley Quinn. It's only animated.
No. I was saying Batman. I was saying animated series Batman.
Well,
I'm
so
saying that is a voice. Kevin Conroy.
I'll do 10 to 12 before you, Ben.
Yeah,
I got it all in there now.
The Batman, the animated series, is the first time that they brought in the character Harley Quinn. She wasn't in the comics.
Oh,
She wasn't in movies or
I'm
anything.
aware.
And that version of Harley Quinn absolutely holds a special place in my heart. And
Yes,
Did you
just
want me
a
to fill that
little
next
bit
slot for
below
you,
the
Ben?
belt. Just a little bit.
Or are you already doing it?
the movie with her was not so great though.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it in other ways.
I enjoyed it
know?
in pieces.
Yeah, but there's something about.
Oh, you like the scene where she fucked Nightwing?
Well, I there's something about
That laugh is a yes.
There's something about the like jestery hat, the black and the white, skin tight suit, and the Mr. J. There's something about that just
what is that?
It does it for me.
Not me. No.
That's the original. That's the animated, the Batman. Like that's
does not make my ding dong go ding.
So, and again, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not judging you, but if
Whoa,
if
wait. Are you saying you are not judging me for not getting an erection at a cartoon character?
I absolutely.
Oh, I
I
see you
mean,
I
typing now,
appreciate that.
on an objective moral level, Jonathan,
There,
you're wrong.
fixed it.
Philosophically, scientifically, like it's obvious that that's sexy.
Could just copy
but-
and paste it.
I would like to point out that the chat has been quiet for the past 6 minutes, and I feel like there's a reason.
We have lost everybody while you guys have talked. I don't even know what you're talking about.
They're
I'm doing
enthralled.
stuff on
They're
the
enthralled.
Sexual
spreadsheet.
rarity has special feelings.
Jonathan, did you tell Ben what slot you wanted?
I gave
I'm waiting for
Jonathan
a
the
text.
screenshots.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I have the
Because Jonathan's gonna need to. I wonder,
Good,
Beck,
good.
if maybe we might need to move your open mic because you already have like a prime slot on the Friday. Just
Wait,
in case
I
Nat
should
One
what?
Heroes needs to get in to a Saturday slot.
Yeah, but there's I mean, what time would you normally start, Jonathan?
So for us, we normally do Sundays at 7. That's where we like to start as far as that goes.
We could even give Jonathan the end, just go beyond the end of what we have in there on the calendar and put Jonathan as like That One Heroes as the conclusion.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We could do that.
We have.
Because Math Pig is already Math Pig and Jim already took up a lot of the afternoon.
Well, there's still a slot at the end anyways.
That's what I'm thinking.
Can I just take that and go as long as we need to?
I'm just putting it in right now.
Yeah, because we can go.
Yeah, you
longer.
can just keep going. And if someone else, when you're done, says,
you know what?
"Hey, I want to continue it," we'll just let it go until people are done volunteering.
I'll go ahead and say yes to it. And if I can't get my core crew on it, I have a bunch of people who want to guest and stuff like that. I'll find somebody.
Where are you going to stream it at? YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch.
Okay.
But here's the other thing too. There's no rule that says we only have to go for 24 hours. We can, if people are interested and want to go into Sunday, we can stream into Sunday. Just we need people to be interested.
Nat One here. Is it number 1?
You need me to just put it down in the chat? I can do that. Give me a second.
420 Atheist Swanson.
Hi, Sunshine.
Is there going
to
be
Jonathan.
Yes.
Nat One Heroes. It's a number 1, correct?
No, not for the Twitch.
Not for Twitch. Okay. But normally it is.
Normally is a strong word for that.
I'm saying when it's written out like your emblem, it has a 1 in it, doesn't it?
For the logo, it is the number 1.
Okay.
Is there going?
All right.
Is there going to be?
What is it on? Tell me exactly. Oh, you're putting in the private chat.
I did.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there going to be a schedule published? Of all of the different channels and the times that they will be, because that will be the perfect thing for shilling out there to getting people, because even if people can't, if somebody can't get there for the 3 p.m. stream, they can come for the 4 or the 5 because they know when and where it's going to be, and that's going to be helpful for
you know, it'll be great too. I want to ask Oz and the people at Tang, because they like to stream late. And so like if we can, because we're also kind of relying on the people from the UK and Australia to fill in some of those like nighttime.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it might be worth talking to Oz too and seeing if they'd be wanting to go late.
Yeah.
Because they can just do whatever open mic, like whatever they want to do.
Yeah. It's just about trying to get the word out and trying to get some help.
All right, there you go, Jonathan. You have the slot. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Go as long as you want.
May I make a comment?
Hold on. Can we let Jonathan say?
I have it down. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Jenny.
When Purple does the 24 hours or the 48-hour thing, she's basically doing it the same way you guys are, setting up and having some kind of list. But you know what is always lacking in that whole production is there's no central point where the viewers can go to see what the calendar of who's on when at what link.
Well, what we were doing when we did it last time is we were putting in the description for each channel the list with the links. Savage gave it to us. We put it down in the description. Now, a couple people had got kicked off because of YouTube or something, and it didn't take it. So they had to go back and edit it later. But still, what we did is as soon as we started advertising next stream, we put it in the chat, and then everybody could click on it, or it was in the description if they missed it in the chat, and you can pin it up there.
In what chat? You see what I'm saying? Is every show has its own chat. So which chat is it going to be in? So what you need is a central website or a central address where everybody who wants to watch can go, and whatever time it is, they can see this is the one I want to watch. Here's the link for it. Click, I'm there.
It should be in the description of every single fucking stream during the marathon. That's the point. You could literally copy it off the description and stick it into a Word document.
Okay, well, all right.
And we're gonna tell people who's coming up next and throw the link in the chat. So, I don't know.
But if we're
all I know is that I've heard many people come to me and say, "Well, I can't follow this because I don't know what's happening next," and that sort of thing. And
well, you guys, everybody
there's
will
no
know
answer
when we
to
have
give
the
people.
schedule set. We'll give it to everybody. We'll put it in the fucking Diana DM, of course. But I'm just saying that until that's done, we're not putting it out anyways.
We could get like we could get something together that's just like a website, like a free website or something. Put up just a link that people can put the schedule up on.
Just even some type of PDF or Google Docs that you could show to people that's secure in a way where people couldn't alter it or anything. Just something that people could.
Well, no, we have a Google Docs that only certain. That's why we're the only ones that have access to it.
But
once
like if we make a program
with making the schedule, we can share it out to people. People can do whatever the fuck they want with it. If it's a living document and we just keep people from editing it, then everybody will just get the link to the Google Docs. One way or the other, we'll get it to everybody. I mean, everybody communicates on Twitter, so
that's where I think
put it on Twitter.
Everybody
should be able to get it, and we're all in each other's groups on Twitter. I have everybody in 5 different groups on Twitter, so it's not like we can't communicate easily.
Well, but the other thing is to get the program.
Delete.
No, but the problem is to get the document to people who aren't in, because we don't want to limit it just to the content creators. We got to get the links out to the viewers.
That's why it's going to be in the description at the in every video.
That's not good enough.
Well, but there's also an issue here because Twitch doesn't have description boxes to do that for every stream.
I'm not tech savvy, so if someone else knows a way to do that,
Jenny's got a good but Jenny's got a good point that we could find a link that we could end up putting like in the Twitch when we have it, or something that is centralized. That is
how do you do that?
You need a fundraiser central where people can go say, "Oh, what's this about?" and find out information of what it's all about, or some narratives of why we're doing this.
It pretty easily and free.
And then the links to what show is on at what time. And
I'm just saying, Beck, I'm saying there's options. You don't have to. Beck, you don't have to be in charge of it. We also
money is the problem.
Well,
that's what I'm asking you. You can actually create a free website. I'm asking a question. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I didn't know that. See, I don't know.
Also, it doesn't.
I don't know. This is what I know, Jenny. That's all I can do.
It's just an option.
Other ideas.
Yeah.
Go
right.
for it.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the thing that ultimately is what gets done, but something about a centralization of it may be worthwhile. It may be more beneficial, but it's worth exploring. But
and we're delegating everything out, so we can put somebody in charge of that.
Just make Jonathan do it. Like, he's got time. Like, come on, dude. Come on, get on that shit. What are you doing? Why aren't you working harder on this right now? Like,
full-time job.
Nah.
Finishing masters.
Nah.
Looking at doing doctorate.
Nah.
Hey,
my own channel.
What are you doing at 1 a.m. Eastern for 2 hours on March 4th into March 5th?
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I didn't exactly have it
just
planned,
kidding.
But
we do have stuff during the day too on Saturday morning.
Okay, but look down at the 420 Atheist is interested in streaming. They're from Australia. So that's somebody who can take.
I know who you are.
They can take a late night slot. We can talk to Polymathic Jen. We can talk to almost a doctors in Australia.
I would like to volunteer my services.
Sammy, I have a 2-hour slot at what the hell? Which one's Australia? What time zone are you in? You're in Australia. Yeah. What time zone is that?
Well, y'all, I gotta get to bed. I'm gonna
go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, can I come?
Well, I mean, we could all come and talk about it, or we could talk about it and then come. Oh no, you meant COME.
I'm out, bro.
COME.
No, I didn't.
I love you all so much. Y'all be good.
See ya.
Bye, Azar.
I would like to volunteer my services that if somebody gives me the basic information of what day this is, what time we're going to, the start time for Eastern Standard Time, and the theoretical end point for Eastern Standard Time, I will start doing some write-ups to send out on Twitter so that we can try to attract a mass audience and get some talk going that way instead of just our own little network of folks. In other words, I'll do advertising.
Does anybody have a spare channel that they don't really use where we could just leave a stream going with the stream schedule just sitting there?
Because that's an option. You know who does? Stool. Stool streamed a
We need to
potato
find somebody like that
hours.
could just put it up there for us and just leave it live for like 2 days before. But people will see it.
Well, and during the event, just so people can go back.
And leave it up until we're done. Absolutely. That would be a good way to do it because everybody we're all pretty much subscribed.
I was thinking
to each
that
other
too.
anyways. Yeah. And also, if we keep doing like we're doing and promoting on every stream we do. So, imaginary time GMT plus 11. Is that Mountain Time plus 11? Is that
what
the fuck is that?
Greenwich time?
That's
That's Greenwich time, like
right.
the zero time.
Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know how to do that.
I think it's included.
Sam, you know what fucking Eastern is? Okay, so it's
AEDT.
From 1 a.m. Eastern for 2 hours. I have 2 slots, or you can do an hour. We'll find somebody else to do the other hour.
Hey, when do we change the clocks again?
1 a.m. Eastern.
Beck, if you look at the
6 a.m. UK. What?
No, Beck, look at the schedule. AEDT, the bottommost one is Australian Eastern Daylight Time. That's Australian time.
Okay. So East AEDT, it starts at 1700, 5 p.m. I knew that was you, Sammy. You can't hide from me, you little bastard.
Yeah, and Sammy, if you can help get the other Australians on board too, to get the word out, because we're gonna need some people to fill some.
Yeah, why don't you guys just get some UK and Aussie people that are really early in the morning UK people, or Aussie people that have some time during that time, and see if you guys all want to do your own stream and if you run that for us, man, and just chill it out and get the word out more. That would be fucking awesome.
Okay, I got another question.
You hang out in part of the community where I don't, so that would actually be great if you do that for us.
Now, this is a continuation of the fundraising we've done for Diana in previously. That we're trying to generate money to cover the expenses of people coming to take care of her after she has whatever happens surgery wise. Correct.
Yes. And stuff like getting her to the doctor.
Well, she's going to be having this done on Medicare's tab. They're only going to cover it 80%. She's going to have to cover the next 20%. Maybe we should just start raising the money for that too.
Well, I already said that I think that instead of 12.5 that we should do 15 just to start. Mm-hmm. I said that the other day.
I think we should think about something like 30 or 40.
I think that's a lot.
What's 20% of a kidney transplant?
I have no idea what a kidney transplant would be these days. I know when I went in the hospital and I was in the hospital for 8 days, I had a 6-hour surgery. They gave me 6 pints of blood, plus the time in the hospital and everything, just the hospital bill. And it was a Christian type hospital, so it was a little cheaper. Was $100 No. Shit. I think I'm fucking up some numbers. Hold on. The hospital wrote off 95 grand because I had no insurance, and they like use their funds through donations and paid for.
Well, let's just say the bill's 100,000. That means she's going to be liable for 20 grand.
Doctors and surgeons were an additional 17,000.
Yeah, they do that.
That's how I ended up with the it should have been 112,000 total. So what's 20% of that?
So it sounds like 30, 40 would be the correct range.
Yeah, we have to cover everything probably. I'm just trying to get to 15 right now. Bare bones, right?
Oh yeah, we'll get to whatever we can.
Once we get to 15, then we'll worry about how much farther we can get, you know.
But I'm thinking just in terms of advertising and solicitation and stuff, that we start to prepare the audience for a longer term, higher level goal. You don't have to,
because Sammy, the hospitals don't get their blood from the Salvation Army. That's why.
And because you got to pay
you
the
donate
people
blood
that
to like
do
the
the work
Salvation Army,
too.
they take it to places that need it.
420, they have to do
hospital.
all kinds of processing and stuff on the blood. It isn't just a blood in a bag and given to the next person.
And
Yeah,
processed and separated.
All the staff that
phoresis
do
and all kinds of things.
Everything.
Yeah, there's a lot too. Yeah. Oh, and a lot of morphine and some morphine for days. Oh, they were pumping me full of blood and giving me fluids and trying to make me strong enough to do the surgery. They were like, "You want to eat?" And I was like, "Fuck no, I just want to sleep. Can you just let someone hold down this button for me, and so I can sleep? Just keep pushing it." I just want to sleep.
Just to bring a little happy note into this.
Yeah.
In the Twitter, trans Twitter community, there has been, I'll say there's been a rash, but you know, it sounds negative, but there's been a huge influx of people who have been getting their bottom surgery in the last several months. And it's just so neat to see all these people, many of who have fundraised to help their expenses.
I had thought about doing something like that for myself because I can't afford that.
Had their surgeries and are just so happy. You know, you can just see it in their eyes and their faces that their life has changed. That they're just thrilled with it. And we're going to get that same thing out of Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so neat to look forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's just, you know, I don't even know what to do. I thought about maybe contacting some trans organizations in her area just to see if they would help her, just because she's trans, and just help her like survive this, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what else to do. She'll never pay off that hospital bill.
Yeah.
And once you make $1 payment on it, you're stuck with it. She'd be better off not fucking paying it and waiting for it to drop off in 7 years. That's what I did with mine. I couldn't fucking afford to pay it. I was fucking dead ass broke, and my relationship fell apart. We threw my company in the trash, and I had nothing. I had a couple trash bags and a army duffel bag. That's what I had.
It's been 15 years. 2008 to now is what, 15? 12, 14.
13.
It's
almost
been 14 plus years since I had my heart attack, and they're still coming after me for the bill.
That's interesting. The doctors or the hospital?
I don't know specifically. All I know is that the bill collectors have it.
Oh, how much is it? If you don't mind me asking.
Over 100,000.
That sounds like both of them. Yeah, I don't know. It's just hard to tell. Like with doctor firms, the doctors tried to come after me for it. They did. And but the hospital, they wrote it off. And then that doctor's bill fell off after 7 years. I didn't pay a dime on it. But it was also like 3,000 to this guy and 7,000 or what was it? 3,000, 12,000, and like another 2,000 or something like that. Like the surgeon got 12 grand out of it or something like that. It was ridiculous. 10 grand.
Is anybody watching All Creatures Great and Small right now?
No.
6 hours surgery.
I don't know what that is.
It's a British series that's on public television right now.
Oh no.
James and Helen are getting married. And it's just very happy. Never mind.
Don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Never mind. It's a girl thing.
Okay. All right. Rock on. There you go. Get Lavender to marry an Aussie guy and get free healthcare. Anyways. I kind of got lucky with the hospital, honestly. I didn't even choose. There was just two Catholic hospitals in the area that were the best ones. And they said, you want to go to this one, this Saint one, or this St. Mary's? And I said, I don't know, St. Mary's. I don't know. I don't care. Just save my life. So I just randomly picked that one. Never even looked at the hospital before in my life besides driving by it. And yeah, they wrote off my fucking bill.
I don't understand how hospitals are organized. Mayo Clinic, I always thought it was Mayo Clinic, then it was an entity unto itself. And once I got involved with them as a patient and stuff, it turns out that they're part of the Franciscan whatever network of hospitals and stuff. And I just don't understand they didn't start out as a religious hospital. What happened? How did they get involved in that?
Well, religion has money.
Yeah.
They probably bailed their ass out or something. Who knows? Donated a bunch for research.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, does anybody know? I know this answer, but I'm going to ask. Raise your hand if you know what the single most richest entity in the entire world is.
A church.
The Pope.
It's a Catholic church.
Oh, no. He's just the CEO of the company. The
Catholic Church.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They own the banks. They make the rules. They are in charge of everything. And if anybody wants to see something really funny, go look up Donald Trump and the Pope on YouTube. And while the Pope is speaking and standing and Donald Trump is close to him, watch him. He's like a child, like fidgety, scared. He's scared because that's the boss. He was scared because that's the fucking boss. He's not scared of anybody else. He's scared of the goddamn Pope. Because the Pope has more power than anybody in the entire fucking world. Literally. They own such a huge chunk of it. It's ridiculous. They're in charge of the World Bank and everything.
Well, here's hoping as the pews.
Everybody's talking about separation of church and state. You can't do that. They own the fucking state.
That's starting to sound a lot conspiracy stuff.
No, it's fucking true. Look it up.
I'd have to see the papers.
Look it up. You can find it anywhere. It's not that they hide it. They just don't brag about it. If you look, you can find it. When my brother told me, I thought he was full of shit too. But go look it up. I don't have the citations anymore that he gave me.
I need to go to bed soon. It's getting late.
I'm totally what time is it? Oh yeah, it's 10 something. I need to go to bed.
I should take off too.
I got clinic tomorrow.
Night, everybody.
Night,
Jonathan.
Night, Jonathan.
All right, guys, we will end this here. Everybody left in the chat, still watching and not commenting. We're down to 5 people. It's bedtime.
Chad,
I love you guys.
It's lovely that you come. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, no, we do appreciate it, and we love the love and the fucking support you guys always give us. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Jenny, thank you for the great.
And Ben, you're just, it's just time for me to say it again. You're just such a wonderful human being.
Oh, shucks.
And I'm so thrilled to have met you.
Oh, I'm thrilled to have met you too.
I hope that we get to know each other for the rest of my life.
Definitely. For sure.
And B, that applies to you too. And I guess we can throw Heather in there too, because she seems to be awful good for you.
Yes. She's pretty fucking great. She's brilliant too. As both of you are. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. And, you know, Ben, as usual, I always appreciate you being here with me. And Jenny, thank you for the great conversation. I love you to death. And everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Have some peace in your life.